David Akers will kick it away. James Thrash and Liddell Betts are deep for the Redskins, and we're set to go in front of 91,000 plus in Washington. Betts. Midfield and more. Akers missed him. Betts inside the 15-yard line. A 66-yard return, but hold the phone. A penalty marker back at the 32.
Personal foul. Grasping the face mask. Number 52 of the kicking team. Has half the distance to the goal. First down.
When you set up a kick return, you really have to be able to get to the wedge in a hurry. You see as the Eagles move down, look at the hole it's created. Liddell Betts does a great job. One cut and moves on up. There you see Akers. He doesn't make the play, and he winds up getting knocked down on the 14. Nice job of getting up into the wedge. Now make one break and take it.
You look at that. You go the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. They just went. That's just went straight. And when he saw the hole, he was right there. There is a face mask on a play. Number 52 pulls it. Watch this. Short is the guy that's going to grab a face mask. I don't know.
Looked like it might have been Ike Reese.
Yeah, but they called short on the
they
number
did.
52, but I don't think he did it.
What a way to start for the Redskins. First and goal. Portis got near the 5 and dragged back. On that Skins offensive line, Ray Brown's 42nd birthday today. No one has played up front at that age in the modern era of football. For a passing game with little success, pretty good numbers for Lavernius Coles. 64 catches, 721 yards so far. Second and goal, Portis, touchdown.
Boy, what you want to do when you get an aggressive defense, if you can seal the inside and let those ends come up the field, you wind up with walk-ins. Watch the left part of your screen. Look at, they seal the inside. Good job by Chris Samuel. Just went flying right by.
46 seconds into the game. The Redskins are on the scoreboard, and John Hall makes it 7-0 over the Eagles. What a start for Joe Gibbs. Finally got a big play on special teams and cashed it in at the other end.
Say it with me, say it with me. Here we go. Let's go, insurers and adjusters. Let's go.
Grill.
Let's go, insurers and adjusters. Let's
$80.
Go. Cut that meat.
Sandwich.
Cut that meat.
$6.
Cut that meat.
Gas.
And it's full.
$20.
You're my favorite accountant. Tommy, please. Scotty, please show my fantasy team. You're my favorite worker.
Fans.
Yes. Woo!
Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Okay. Never gonna wash his hand. Right here, look at that.
If a lunar rover can get out of a ditch on the moon, if a tugboat can tow an enormous freighter, if an M1 tank can have a heavy-duty Allison transmission, then why can't your truck? At GMC, our engineers don't just ask questions, they have answers. The GMC Sierra line of pickups. Professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
Now it's 5:38. Thoughts of McGriddles make my stomach quake. For bacon, eggs, and cheese on sweet griddle cakes. Only takes one hand to put them all in my face. McDonald's, I'm loving it. McGriddles, breakfast for you, bedtime snack for me.
Oh man, there's a line.
Dockers Pro Style. shirts and pants that do it all.
ESPN's Double Coverage Weekend starts Saturday at 8:30 with an NFC showdown. And Sunday night, two AFC powerhouses collide. It's a Double Coverage Weekend. Panthers-Falcons Saturday night at 8:30. Ravens-Colts Sunday night at 8:30 on ESPN.
7-0 Redskins, 14-14 first quarter. Clinton Portis, the beneficiary of a tremendous kickoff return by Liddell Betts.
Well, the Eagles get a chance to get their offense. I don't think they had planned on getting their offense on the field this quickly in this particular fashion.
Donovan right there doesn't look like he's ready, but I can assure you he is.
T.O. is pacing.
John Hall to kick it away to Roderick Hood and J.R. Reed. J.R. Reed from the 8 wants to go left side, makes a couple of guys miss, does not get back to the 20.
Get a chance to take a look at this touchdown. Watch the job Chris Samuels does on. That's Javon Kearse. There's Chris Samuels. He's going to seal him inside, and Mark Semino, the linebacker, is going to fill way too wide. Nice job by the offensive line sealing. Clinton Portis just takes a real nice move. There's the move inside. Kearse comes down with Samuels. There's nobody home when Clinton Portis breaks outside.
You had to wonder what Semino saw in that play. He was about 5 yards outside.
Well, that's his job to come upfield, and he has to seal any kind of, well, we got a flag on this play, so they're bringing this
puppy up a little.
Going to be a personal foul against the Redskins on the return.
But what I was saying about Semino, his job is to come upfield. It's not supposed to come that wide, and Kearse obviously is not supposed to be taken down that far.
Play action by McNabb. Plenty of time. Throwing down the middle, and Pinkston.
Oh, unbelievable.
I don't know what happened on that play. Pinkston turned his shoulder away from it and didn't go after the ball.
You've heard of alligator arms? This is alligator body. Todd Pinkston has got a touchdown. Watch this. He now sees the safety coming from the left. That ball's in the air. He does not want to get hit.
Holy cow.
Ryan Clark, he sees Ryan Clark. This is a great way to lose your job as a receiver in the National Football League.
That's unbelievable.
Well, let me just tell you something. If he goes for the ball, Clark would have been called for pass interference.
Still.
I'm just saying, if he would have gone for the ball, he didn't.
McNabb back to throw, ball tipped up in the air and almost caught on the tip by L.J. Smith. Sean Springs knocked it loose, but you go back to that play before, Joe, I have never seen a player in the NFL bail out like that.
Me either, but again, look at the hit in here.
Well, this is the ball here. When this ball was up in the air, excuse me, L.J. Smith almost has a chance to catch it. They are going to just nail.
The Redskin defenders look like anything that's moving in green, they're going to put on the ground in a hurry.
Especially Terrell.
And they've done it all year. 3rd and 10. Freddie Mitchell is in as an extra wide receiver. McNabb to throw for the 3rd time in a row. Sideline, caught by Pinkston. Pinkston taken out of bounds at the 47-yard line. That Eagles offensive line hoping to get healthy for the playoffs, but don't worry about John Runyon. He has started 124 straight games. Terrell Owens is delivered as an Eagle. He's the #1 NFL wide receiver in yards and #1 with 14 touchdowns. And Donovan McNabb is having the best year of his life. He reached another high last week, 464 yards passing and 5 touchdowns. Nothing but passing, and that one is incomplete, intended for Chad Lewis. He and L.J. Smith both playing a lot of tight end this year. Donovan McNabb, 4th in the NFL in yards. He is #3 in touchdown passes. He's 4 in the lowest number of interceptions. He is #2 in passer rating. He has just been exceptional all year long, Joe.
And like Andy Reid said, it started with the Miami game a year ago, and it's been like a full season where he has just been at the top of his game.
Dorsey Levens comes in on 2nd and 10. The veteran gets the first carry and only gets a yard, and a flag comes in at the end of the play. This defensive line has Ryan Bichetti, who was just added.
Offside. Defense. Number 73 lined up in the neutral zone.
What a way to make some mention of Mike.
Penalty.
No wonder Ryan Bichetti
down.
got penetration. He was the one who was offsides. But it's been just mix and match, as you said, Paul. A lot of guys you never heard of, undrafted, signed off the street, and they come in here under Greg Williams, and they have played brilliantly as a team.
And what Greg Williams has done, he hasn't taken his system and say, okay, learn it. He's changed it a lot just to help these guys do as well as they're doing.
And you saw LeVar Arrington on the sideline hurt, can't play again. This intended for Owens, and that's going to be interference on Sean Springs at the goal line.
You know where this whole thing starts? It does with the offensive line. But I'm going to tell you what. Brian Westbrook is the back. He steps up and makes an outstanding block on the linebacker. And this enables Donovan McNabb to throw the ball. Take a look on the left-hand side.
Pass interference. Defense number 24. Penalizes the spot of the foul. And a first down.
That's on Sean Springs. Let's Westbrook. He's right in the center. Look at this. Up, bang. And that linebacker goes absolutely nowhere. That was Antonio Pierce, number 58. He never got near him.
I don't know how they call that pass interference.
If it's going to be on anybody, does it have to be offensive?
Of course. Well, they don't call that.
No,
We've already proven that. But, I mean, these two guys were physically connected going all the way down there, and it was a late flag.
It's a 47-yard penalty. McNabb with an empty backfield. Throws complete to L.J. Smith. Touchdown.
Mike.
Boy, what fireworks early.
Yeah, what fireworks, but this is all Donovan McNabb. This is the one thing, Joe, that they talked about you cannot allow him to do, and that's to move outside of the pocket. Because watch how quick this release is. Watch this release. He's there, bang, it's in. Touchdown. There were 4 white shirts there, and he got it between them. Look at this pass, right in the chest.
The thing that's impressive is he threw it to the outside left shoulder, only giving L.J. Smith a chance to make the play, not allowing Antonio Pierce to knock it down.
David Akers for the point after. And we are tied at 7.
All right, let's start this thing all over again. Are you ready? We'll go to a kickoff.
Take a breath.
Wow.
What a wonderful start. 7-7.
What if you could see how heat feels? Welcome to today's oil heat. 99.9% clean, 100% warm.
Still reviewing the 4th down play, and now the ref is calling upstairs for help.
I'm in real trouble. I can't see anything here. Did you see it? Well, you want to let me in on the secret? You're watching the game, right? You come on. I can't see anything on this screen. Anything. Who's out? Oh, honey, I love you. Thank you so much. Good luck.
When clarity really matters, a TV with DLP is the right call.
After further review, the player was out of bounds. First down!
Amazing picture with no burning or fading. Be sure your next TV has DLP. A Texas Instruments technology.
Happy holidays! This holiday, bring a smile to someone's face. Spread joy all through the house. Preview holiday movie releases. And find just the right gift in a blink of an eye with Comcast high-speed internet. Now available at special holiday savings, just $19.99 a month for 3 months. Bring everyone closer to home this season with Video Mail and America's #1 high-speed internet. Call now for holiday savings.
Sunday Night Football, brought to you by GMC Trucks and SUVs. We are professional grade. K Jewelers, every kiss begins with K. McDonald's and MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
The National Archives here in Washington with so many documents, including 3 that are really treasured: the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. It's a wonderful set of exhibits to go through here in downtown D.C.
One of many.
And
one of thousands.
The first letter and only letter I ever wrote to my wife is in there.
Is there?
Yeah.
Signed with an X. Liddell Betts and James Thrash are deep. What's going to happen now? Betts. Another good return up to the 32. Let's go back to the interference call, which was questionable at best.
Well, you know, when you think about it, it's a 47-yard favor. Watch T.O.'s left arm. It's underneath Springs' jaw. He's the only one that's making contact. That official right there has no business even throwing a flag because he can't see that. And he's blocked out.
And also, you see Sean Springs looking back for the ball. It's not like he runs into the receiver to stop him from catching the ball. He's looking back all the way.
Patrick Ramsey on the roll and gets his first completion to Rod Gardner.
Javon Curse hurt his shoulder. He went out to make the tackle to help out, and it just looked like his shoulder popped out. You're going to see how quick he gets back to the outside. Now, Javon Curse is, look at this. He's making the play here. He sees the pass. Look who ends up back on the outside, and watch his shoulder. He lands on his elbow.
End around Portis. Dragged down at the 47-yard line by Jeremiah Trotter. A gain of 13 yards. The Eagles' pass rush, already intimidating, has gotten a boost from Javon Curse, shaking injury problems until now at least, and producing 7.5 sacks. The run defense, which was shaky, has been better with Trotter in the middle. Mark Simoneau moved to the outside, and Brian Dawkins continues to be one of the NFL's top safeties, a 3-time Pro Bowler. Ramsey, who played so well a week ago, throwing this time for Chris Cooley, the rookie H-back in Michigan.
They threw about 20 of those in the first game. Little quick hitches outside, little quick slants. Joe Gibbs wants to isolate the safeties and let his guys go one-on-one with him. That time it was Chris Cooley. But Patrick Ramsey, when you get guys that open, you've got to complete the pass. You see the 3 touchdowns he had last week against the Giants. Pass completion percentage, a record with the Redskins.
Portis. Sheldon Brown took him out of bounds, and they are working on the neck of Javon Curse, apparently.
Well, I tell you, this is a speed for a big man. I mean, he is probably the fastest defensive end in the game. But it really looked like he came down on his shoulder. Now watch, look at right now, he already knows.
But you know, it's when Simoneau hit him. It looked like when he ran into his head, it looked like his neck went back a little bit, not necessarily the shoulder.
And now Corey Simon is the Eagle that is slow to come up. We will check on both of them when we come back to Washington.
When the Saab 9.3 sports sedan received a double best pick rating from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, it wasn't just an honor. It was a first. The Saab 9.3 sports sedan, the first double best pick rating for a car, ever. This holiday, there's no greater gift than peace of mind during the Saab Holiday Red Tag Sale. Lease an all-new Saab 9.3 sports sedan, starting at just $229 a month.
That for the kids?
Yeah, I just got them some sweaters.
I just got us all on the Verizon Wireless Family Share Plan with M. That way, they can talk to their friends all they want. Good luck with that.
Good luck with this.
Sign up for the Family Share Plan, and the whole family can make unlimited in-calls to each other and any other Verizon Wireless customer from within the America's Choice coverage area. Plus, buy one LG VX3200 for $19.99 and get up to 3 free.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Successful investing. At T. Rowe Price, it's about more than just hitting home runs. It's about a consistent, steady approach, year after year. Over 75% of our funds beat their 1, 5, and 10-year Lipper averages. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
Thanks for coming in.
Alias premieres with a special 2-hour event, Wednesday, January 5th, only on ABC.
Javon Curse still trying to work out the kinks in his neck, but he's back on the field. The same can't be said of Corey Simon, who walked off very slowly. They lost Derek Burgess to a chest injury a week ago. He's on injured reserve. Jerome McDougal injured, not playing tonight. And the last thing the Eagles want to see are injuries down the stretch heading into the playoffs. Ramsey, with plenty of time, goes underneath the Portis at midfield, and he's taken down by Roderick Hood.
That seemed like a very simple pass, and you always ask the question, why do you throw it short? This is the learning process of Patrick Ramsey. In the past, he would try and force the ball down the field to pick up a first down. In Joe Gibbs' offense, just throw it to the guy that's open, give him a chance to make a play. But Patrick's showing some real discipline throwing the football.
Dexter Wynn goes back to his 10 for Tom Tupa's punt. Short end over end. Takes a good bounce for the Redskins inside the 5, inside the 4. A 46-yard horrible looking kick, and you see the wry smile on the face of Tom Tupa as he gets a 46-yarder out of that.
11 NFL athletes living in one house. Backyard football has never looked so good. Or maybe it's just the apparel.
Spike TV's Video Game Awards 2004 are coming next Tuesday at 9, with appearances by Brooke Burke, Tony Hawk, Samuel L. Jackson, Tara Reid, Pamela Anderson, Bam Margera, Funkmaster Flex, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, and more, with live performances by Ludacris, Sum 41, Snoop Dogg, and Pharrell, and a reunion of Motley Crue.
You better be watching
Spike TV's Video Game Awards 2004, hosted by Snoop Dogg, live Tuesday, December 14th at 9, only on Spike TV.
The annual Mercedes-Benz Winter Dream Event is back with special financing and lease offers available now on C, E, and S-Class models. So hurry and get to your Mercedes-Benz dealer by January 3rd. Event unlike any other.
Now, you never have to miss your favorite TV shows. Introducing Digital Video Recorder from Comcast Digital Cable. Easily record your favorite shows at the touch of a button without tapes or timers, and play them when you're ready. You can even pause and rewind live TV and record HD programming. Better yet, there's no new equipment to buy. Digital Video Recorder, now available from Comcast Digital Cable. Call now.
Who had the best day in the NFL? How about Jerome Bettis? A touchdown rushing and touchdown passing. Kyle Bowler over 200 yards, 4 scores. Michael Boulware for Seattle. TJ Duckett, 4 scores for Atlanta. Peyton Manning, of course, on the list every week. You can vote right now by logging on to ESPN.com or NFL.com. Give you the results in the 4th quarter. We will see Peyton Manning go for the record next week. He has 46 touchdown passes on the year. McNabb underneath. Westbrook wrapped up immediately.
Boy, the time he has to throw the football, this offensive line, Hank Fraley in particular, the center for the Eagles, has done a fabulous job. They've had to swing people in and out inside. Look at the job that this offensive line does. Donovan McNabb gets a chance to survey and survey and survey and then make the throw. But Hank Fraley, I think Hank Franklin's one of these guys that he's definitely a Pro Bowl candidate, I think, in the NFC.
McNabb now from his own 7. Skin show blitz, and they come with it. And Westbrook up short of the 10. The Redskins' highly regarded defense needed linemen desperately this year. Got a very good one from the Giants. Cornelius Griffin, 4 sacks, 78 tackles. The big story on this team, Antonio Pierce, nothing more than a special teamer. got a chance this year, now a legitimate big-time player. And Sean Taylor, the 5th overall pick in the draft, as physically gifted as anyone in the league at 230. Watch how fast this guy is.
And he will absolutely knock you out if he gets a chance.
3rd and 5. Blitz, they don't get there. The pass underneath, complete to Westbrook, and he's got a first down brought down by Taylor at the 23.
They had a full-scale blitz coming on. They had Ron Clark, 25, coming as a strong safety. They had people coming, and watch these guys pick it up. Look to the right of the screen. See the guys, but they're blitzing late. They have time to identify everybody, and then Westbrook down the middle. That was easy.
See, I think Antonio Pierce went and tried to play Westbrook outside where Sean Taylor was. If he just stays inside, Donovan McNabb doesn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
And they had 2 tight ends blocking that time, Lewis and Smith, and it really helped them pass protection. McNabb back to throw again. This time the pressure comes. He gets underneath the Dorsey Levens, the 11-year veteran. Let's go to Susie.
Mike, Andy Reid insists that it all started to click for Donovan in week 14 last year. He just took off from there. Look at these numbers. Completion percentage way up, dispelling those accuracy issues. 3/4 of the way through this season already, he has 12 more touchdowns. So in control. And Donovan told us the comfort level is sky high. He has so much confidence in his receivers that the ball's going to be caught. He goes through all his reads, and of course he understands if there's nothing there, he'll make something happen, which makes him so special.
Susie missed his first 2. He's hit 5 of his last 6. Make it 5 of 7 as Pinkston can't come up with that one.
That time he threw a slider.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Pinkston's got to keep his eye on the ball. Pinkston, in this game, right now, the last 2 times they've thrown the ball to him, he's looking at guys in white shirts instead of that ball.
Tell you what, they're going to be replaying the first play of the game for
a lot.
Yeah. A lot, that's right.
If I were him, I'd call in sick for the meeting on Monday.
Ooh.
Because I wouldn't go there and take the abuse he's going to take.
And the Redskins are forcing Donovan McNabb to go other places than to Terrell Owens.
Which is what they did the first time they played, held him to 2 catches. 2nd and 10. Levens hit in the backfield as the Redskins swarm. Ronaldo Wynn led the charge from left defensive end.
Well, we're talking about the number 2 defense in the National Football League. And watch how these guys move down the line. 97 is Ronaldo Wynn. Look at he holds up and gets to the outside. Takes his man back to the runner, Dorsey Levens. And this Ronaldo Wynn, number 97. Look at the guys that were there. 5 white shirts.
And one thing this team does very well is tackle, which you can't say about a lot of people in the NFL anymore.
And this is where you have to be careful with Donovan McNabb. You've got to bring pressure on him because you give him time to run around. Bad things happen to defenses.
3rd and 11, they show blitz. McNabb all day, throws underneath, incomplete. Trying to get it to Freddie Mitchell. It would have been well short of a first down, and they force him to punt.
I mean, if you can just, you've got to get, like any quarterback, if you get Donovan a little out of sync, a little out of rhythm, it affects throwing the football.
Dirk Johnson to kick to Thrash, who was with the Eagles after he was with the Redskins, and now back with the Redskins. And Thrash just decides to run over Greg Lewis. Hello. 83, drilling 83, an 11-yard return after a 50-yard kick. We'll be back in a moment.
When you've been recognized by J.D. Power and Associates as the most dependable heavy-duty full-size pickup truck, there's no need to be bashful. GMC Sierra, professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
Say cheese!
Take Grandma's hint. She wants a digital camera from Staples. And now get a free accessory kit and coupon book worth over $225 with each camera purchase.
Staples. That was easy.
Every morning, the first thing that we do is
let fire out of its cage. We turn a few knobs, and boom. The whoosh. The whoosh is a promise. It makes your mouth water. We live for the whoosh. If you live for the whoosh, stop on by.
To prove Aspen Edge has more taste than Michelob Ultra, we asked beer drinkers for their thoughts. Okay, guys, take a small sip and... Okay, you missed a drop there.
Beer drinkers agree. Aspen Edge has more taste than Michelob Ultra.
On the joyous days of bowl week, my TV gives to me. Tailbacks are sweeping, quarterbacks are throwing, whistles are blowing, head coaches screaming.
Capital One Bowl Week, December 27th through January 1st on ESPN and ESPN2.
6 minutes, 20 seconds to go first quarter in a 7-7 game from FedEx Field. Portis across the 30 to the 32. Javon Curse with the tackle. Corey Simon with a bad back. He may not return for the Eagles tonight. Curse has been shaken up earlier.
Yeah, but Clinton Portis has really done a good job. Got another Eagle down. Clinton Portis has done a really good job of trying to adjust to a different running style. As a matter of fact, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, the Redskins finally decided that they wanted to put in some zone blocking to complement Clinton Portis's running style, which is downhill, as opposed to the more patient style that Joe Gibbs has had in his offenses before.
You know, it's going to get to the point where the Philadelphia Eagles are going to have to go to a 3-4 because they're losing all of their linemen. This is the third lineman to go down tonight. Hollis Thomas just gets nailed right into, that's Keith Adams, number 57, that hit him in the knee.
That's what looks like his arm, his left arm.
This is what really bothered them a year ago. They lost so many defensive linemen.
Capital One Mascot True Love Challenge.
Nothing like a day in the sun to see if Melissa's love for one of these mascots heats up.
So who wants to put lotion on my back?
Help Melissa choose by voting at CapitalOneBowl.com for the National Mascot of the Year. Tune in to the Capital One Bowl to see who wins.
What's in your wallet?
False start. Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
Yo, hold up. At this time, I would like to respond to these false allegations. Look here, Money, Leon is so freaky fast that this poor befuddled man's mind could in no way process what his eyes truly saw. A fabulous athlete displaying his Puma-like ability to accelerate. These charges are preposterous.
Thank you.
Thanks to Sirius Satellite Radio, everyone's gonna be rocking.
Sirius Satellite Radio. Over 120 channels, including commercial-free music, plus news, talk, and sports. Want the perfect gift? Ride with the big dog. Sirius Satellite Radio. Right now, get a Sirius plug-and-play receiver and docking kit for just $119 after rebate.
Join us for a full weekend of NFL football starting Saturday on ESPN at 8 Eastern with NFL Primetime. Then the Panthers go to Atlanta to tangle with Michael Vick and the Falcons at 8:30 Eastern. Then Sunday, NFL Primetime starts at 7:30 Eastern, followed by Ray Lewis and the Ravens visiting Peyton Manning and the Colts on Sunday Night Football at 8:30 Eastern. We'll update you on Peyton Manning in just a second. Here's Portis trying to get outside, and Portis dragged down just past the 30.
Boy, what a job Javon Curse has done. Speaking of doing a job, look at Peyton Manning. 46 touchdown passes, 3 games to go. Dan Marino is sitting home saying, I just hope he doesn't throw 60. I don't want to get too far away, but that's
that was his
impressive
prediction. Dan said he thought he would approach 60.
Well, Dan's on there twice. That's not a bad.
Come on, he doesn't have 4,000 yards yet.
39-19.
Ramsey underneath. They got the ball to Cooley, and Cooley is up to the 37-yard line. That will be enough for a first down for Washington.
Cooley's one of those guys you better pay attention to. He's the H-back, and I'll tell you, this guy's got excellent hands. He runs great patterns. He's very patient, young man. He just comes out, sits. He is the guy, if you get in trouble, just look for 47. He's going to be open. He slides out to the left. Ramsey's looking around. Here's Cooley. Nice route. Gets a first down, which is important.
Played his college ball at Utah State and led the NCAA for tight ends in catches and yards. Portis. Nothing fancy about that, just straight ahead.
See, that time Clinton Portis showed something different. We did the Baltimore game about 6 weeks ago here, and remember how Clinton Portis used to try and get into the line very quick? Watch the patience he shows. Here comes the tackle. See how he gets in behind Chris Samuels? What he's doing now is he's given his line an opportunity to be able to make blocks, and then he's using his speed to accelerate through.
The Eagles have been run on this year, and of course they're banged up along that offensive line here, or defensive line here in the first quarter. Ramsey short set, throws quick for the completion, and that should be another first down. Lito Shepard makes the tackle on Lavernius Coles, but he couldn't stop it.
It was interesting when we talked to Patrick Ramsey on Friday and said, describe yourself as a quarterback. And he brought up a word that I thought was very descriptive. I'm evolving. He's evolving in Joe Gibbs' offense. You see these short passes that he's throwing just to move the sticks. That's the way Joe Gibbs likes to call a game.
And he certainly didn't do much of that at Tulane, and he certainly didn't do much of that when Steve Spurrier was the Redskins head coach. Everything was downfield. Portis again. Boy, he was a step away from getting an awful lot out of that one. As it was, he reached the 46-yard line.
Jeremiah Trotter, the guy they brought back again here, not again, but brought back, and he's the guy that made the play. They've got very active linebackers. With Jeremiah Trotter here, I'll tell you, it really beefed up the linebacking core because they had a chance to take Mark Semino and move him to the outside.
At 265, I guess you could say you're beefing up the middle.
Three tight ends in the game for Joe Gibbs' offense right now. And they'll give it to Portis. And Portis dragging tacklers with him to the Eagle 38. It's another first down.
This looks like old Redskin football, where they just line up and here they come. They're coming to the left, and they like to run behind Chris Samuels and Dockery. Take a look. Look at these guys blocking on the outside. I mean, they're just... Kozlowski, number 82, gets an outstanding block, but they're just moving bodies.
And Clinton Portis doing a nice job of squeezing himself in between Corey Raymer and Derek Dockery.
And this is what the Redskins were famous for under Joe Gibbs. So many different formations. Really don't run that many plays. Ramsey under pressure, steps up, hit, and I mean drilled as he threw the ball.
Dhani Jones, number 55.
Yikes.
Well, yeah, well, Mark Semino came on the outside and made Ramsey step up. And when Ramsey steps up, watch this. Left side is Semino. Watch here's Dhani Jones. I mean, that's a great hit.
They're just bringing more people than the Redskins can block. Dhani Jones stayed with the tight end, then released him. And that's the one thing that everybody has talked about with regard to Patrick Ramsey is his toughness. And he shot of it there. He
proved that last couple of years. Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, loves to blitz from every angle you can think of. Lavernius Coles makes that catch, driven out of bounds, and he thought he was hit late. And that's right in front of the Redskins bench. They thought so too. And Coles is still yapping at Brian Dawkins, who's going to yap right back.
All Brian Dawkins did was pick him up and throw him out of bounds. I mean, you're going to get hit. I don't understand this. This is a contact sport. Watch here. Brian Dawkins comes out. He just grabs him and now nails him. I mean, he actually threw him on his own body. So
I like the fact the officials are letting the guys play physical football instead of throwing a flag in a situation
They
like
must
that.
have watched last Sunday night's game.
That was physical.
3rd and 6.
Here they come.
Ooh. And Ramsey has to take a timeout. Play clock was down to 0.
Patrick Ramsey gets an opportunity to play for Mark Brunell 3 weeks ago. First team he goes up against are the Philadelphia Eagles.
Thank you.
That was a pretty much a pressure defense. Then all of a sudden, let's throw the Pittsburgh Steelers at him.
Thank you again.
Yeah. That was another one of those games where he saw a lot of blitzing. Then they get the Giants. The Giants are beat up defensively. They're without Michael Strahan. Had a real solid performance. And he really said, if you take it even back past that, when he had a chance to play in the Cincinnati game, he said that's when he felt that he started to understand the Joe Gibbs philosophy, and that's get the ball out of your hands, get it to the receivers as quickly as possible, and don't try and make the tough throws and squeeze the ball in.
You mentioned his toughness, and everybody said last year, especially in Steve Spurrier's system, they were 7-step drops, and he was just getting drilled every time he threw the ball, not just the sacks. Well, he took hits on every throw.
That system had no way to get rid of the ball quickly. They had no blitz break-offs.
Another big 3rd down, 3rd and 8 this time. Eagles show blitz. They come with it. Redskins pick it up, and Ramsey threw behind Liddell Betts.
He had him. That's what that pressure will do. Dhani Jones hit him a few plays ago. Now all of a sudden you see pressure, and all of a sudden you got to get the ball out of your hands as quickly as possible.
They'll send on the punt team. From here, it would have been about a 53-yard field goal try, so Tupa will come on.
You get hit a couple times. That lights your eyes up, doesn't it?
Yeah, you see a lot more things than you think.
Dexter Wynn is deep, and Tupa hangs it as high as he can. Wynn, fair catch between the 10 and the 11, a 24-yard return, or a 24-yard punt and no return. Let's go to Susie.
Well, Mike, one more Terrell Owens touchdown, and head coach Andy Reid wears those little black tights. This goes all the way back to last spring. Terrell Owens had always worn the tights at practice. Andy Reid wanted him to wear shorts over those tights. Well, the two made a bargain. If Terrell got 15 touchdown catches this year, then he would put the shorts on. But then Andy stepped up with something else. He said, if you have 15 touchdown catches, I'll even wear those tights. He never expected Terrell to get 15. Everybody's waiting tonight. One more, and it'll be interesting to see the big head coach in those little tights.
Susie, let me explain something to you, honey. He ain't getting in little tights. They better be some huge tights.
Well, he promised we'd never see it either. He said it will come in practice. Cameras are barred. McNabb underneath to Westbrook, and boy, Westbrook got down because he knew it was coming.
There's a flag on this play. I tell you what, Donovan McNabb, if you don't think he's cool in the pocket, you're crazy.
Illegal contact. Defense number 53. 5-yard penalty. Got a 1st down.
It's Marcus Washington, the strong side linebacker, and an automatic 1st for the Eagles.
When you see Donovan McNabb, he got bumped as he went back. Watch his feet. I love to say, watch his feet. Look at his feet. Just get himself set. And when that ball comes out, that thing is humming.
You see the official from deep way back wind up and fire the flag.
I mean, that's what Donovan McNabb and Peyton Manning are both so good at. They keep their feet moving until just before they want to launch it, and then they set and it goes. Play action. And caught by Pinkston. Pinkston to the 5. Ryan Clark saved the touchdown, at least temporarily. It's a gain of 79. What a throw by McNabb.
Okay. See, he's always been my guy.
He had alligator body, but he didn't have alligator arms. Watch him extend himself. He runs right by Ryan Clark. And look at the balance that he keeps. Unbelievable job holding his balance.
It will be 1st and goal Eagles when we come back.
Stronger denim. More comfortable, relaxed fit. Wrangler 5-star premium quality denim. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
The premier multiplayer military shooter has returned.
I'm gonna tear you up. School payback time. You want some of this?
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2, rated T for teen.
Dominate.
Not in our house, buddy. Not today.
Oh, no! This ain't going down. Not today, 99!
Not today.
Not today.
Not tomorrow.
Nobody coming in here. Not in our house. Not in our house.
Visa, official card of the NFL and the house of the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots, where they accept no other card to get you in. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
From Philips comes the only flat TV with built-in ambient light technology, which changes color with whatever you're watching. So you are completely surrounded by the experience. A new Philips flat TV with Ambilight.
On DVD. Own the director's cut that's unrated and not shown in theaters. From the producer of Pearl Harbor.
If this be our destiny, so be it.
King Arthur, the director's cut. Own it on DVD Tuesday, December 21st.
Ready to start the second quarter. Eagles and the Redskins at 7-7. Of course, you all know that the Eagles have lost the NFC Championship game 3 years in a row. Most people fully expect they'll be back to the NFC Championship again. How much pressure is there on the Eagles to take that one extra step?
Mike, I really don't think the pressure is on them. The problem, what we're seeing tonight in that first quarter, they lost 3 defensive linemen. Now, Javon Curse came back. That's going to be their problem, losing players.
Can they still healthy? Can they stay healthy? You hear so often a sense of urgency. This team has no sense of urgency. They're just having fun.
McNabb out in the flat. Owens. Gang tackled, and they were waiting on Terrell Owens.
The whole team tackled him.
Look at that.
They all wanted a piece.
And they say the ball came loose.
And the Redskins, I think, have the football. I mean, Terrell Owens fighting for the extra yards.
I mean, there are guys that you like to hit. I guess the whole team wanted to hit him because I think
they did.
He's 6.
And they took the ball away. Antonio Pierce led the charge for that defense. Are you kidding?
What a big play for the defense. This is just Terrell Owens trying to get in the end zone, trying to make a play. He's in the backfield. Donovan swings it out to him. Now watch this, one-on-one. Sean Spring lights him up. As soon as Antonio Pierce hits him, the ball bounces out. Watch this, right into Antonio Pierce's chest. Hits him, ball off his knee, right into his chest. No question he's got the football.
How about Sean Springs going out of bounds and coming right back in to help out on the play?
The Redskins defense somehow has done it again. Portis takes it across the 10 to the 11.
One thing that Greg Williams told us about his football team was the last question we had in the meeting room two days ago. I said, and what about the tackling in the National Football League? He said, that is not going to happen to my football team. These guys that I have on my football team are going to tackle the same way they did in the first game, in the last game that we play.
You see how well they've done against the run, talking about that tackling, ranked #1 against the rush.
And when you look at those numbers, consider that the Redskins offense is 30th overall, 32nd in scoring. They get no help from the offense. They've gotten very little help from special teams, and they just fight their heart out.
The Redskin offense cannot just do this all night. They can't throw 5-yard hitches and run 5 yards, or else they're going to lose field position games. The Eagles have proven that they're dynamic and explosive. The Redskins are going to have to put the ball up and make some plays down the field to Gardner and Coles, or else they're just going to get set aside.
Coles. Well, it really wasn't going to work after about the 5th move.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got another defensive lineman down. Sam Rayburn, he is limping, number 91. Take a look at this play. Look at Javon Curse, 93, back into play. But all of this running did nothing but gain 2 yards. You know what? Joe Gibbs, when he told us the other day, it was really interesting. Why they're 4 and whatever they are. You know what he said? We don't make big plays. We don't have any big plays. They started the game with 2 big plays.
Well, he's got a, yeah, but it was a kick return.
Oh, boy.
4-man rush, nearly an interception, as Paul Grassmanis, who has been inactive, getting a chance to play tonight and gets pressure right up the middle. And Robert Royal, the tight end, would have had to make a circus catch out of that one.
Easy for him to say.
Whatever you
want.
want.
Let me ask you this, Joe. Does Ramsey like to get hit?
Well, he's
used to it.
He's used to it. That's the point Michael makes. Patrick looks like he's hurrying things a little bit. That ball got out of his hands too quick. The last third down to Liddell Betts, he threw it quicker than Betts was ready for it.
Jim Johnson's defense will do that to you. Ramsey got it over the middle this time, complete to Coles, and Coles takes a monster shot from Michael Lewis and still hangs on.
We talk about the toughness of wide receivers in this league, and the guy that everybody talks about is Hines Ward. Lavernius Coles is like a Hines Ward. Look at the shot that he takes from Michael Lewis and still holds on to the ball. He goes parallel to the ground.
Boy, that was a decleater. And doesn't this look like last week?
I'm telling you, it started out that way, and it's going to continue. These two teams really don't like each other. Remember, Philadelphia tried to bury these guys 3 weeks ago.
Ramsey again, quick out. This one caught by Rod Gardner, and he'll get a couple before Lito Shepherd makes the tackle. And people have to remember what the Eagles have done. They lost two great corners, Troy Vincent and Bobby Taylor, veterans. Normally, if you're a contender and have to replace both corners, Joe, you're done. But they've done it.
They've been without McDougal, a defensive lineman, Burgess, a defensive lineman. You've added a Javon Curse. So, I mean, you have lost a lot of Pro Bowlers.
2nd and 5, whistles will kill the play. And it looked like Ray Brown, the veteran tackle, on his 42nd birthday, moved early.
Offense number 67. A 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
And it was Ray Brown.
These are the defensive starters that are not in the 2003 NFC Championship game. These are the guys that are on there now. Curse, Douglas is back. Trotter is back. Dahani Jones, Sheldon Brown, and Lito Shepherd replace Bobby Taylor and Troy Vincent.
When was the last time you called Jamal Green's name, number 65, as a defensive end for Philadelphia? That's how deep they are.
Second-year player out of Miami. This one's out in the flat to Royal, and Royal can't get past Dawkins.
You know, we talked to Brian Dawkins last night. I love talking to this guy.
He's great.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what. He says, I'm the leader, and they're going to follow what I do. And I'm going to tell you something. What he does is a little frightening, because he's another one of those guys that will take your cleats out.
I like the other thing he said. We don't want any team to look at us on film and think that anything they're going to do is be easy. We're going to make them work for every yard.
He's still tougher than a bag of nails. Liddell Betts comes in on 3rd down for the Redskins. Ramsey trying to keep the chains moving and hits this one complete for a 1st down.
No, he didn't get the 1st down.
Ooh, what are you going to do, Joe? You're 4 and 8.
Boy, he had to come back to that ball. Yeah, he had to come back to the ball.
It's Rod Gardner who makes the catch.
What you do is you ask for a measurement.
Watch this. He dives back for the ball and goes out of bounds, and that's where the ball is marked. The ball should not be at the 45-yard line. It's got to be at the 44.5, because that's where you're not. And this is not a 1st down. And I agree. Oh, go, man.
You got it right, Eagle Eye.
Yeah, Eagle.
You got it.
My right eye.
Your right eye. That was the right eye check. The ball's moving.
Don't let it move. Don't move the ball, man.
Joe's a little frustrated.
This is not a 1st down, but what do you care? You're right. 4 and 8. What difference does it make?
Let me say this. The 5-yard penalty is what hurt them. See, the Redskins do not have an offense where they can go out and make up 15 yards in penalties. They have to play it very close to the vest. Now, what's Coach Gibbs going to do?
You got to punt the ball.
Absolutely.
Why? Seriously, why?
You're in this game. You want to win the game. You don't want to take a chance.
I know you do, but you've got to look at the size of this offensive line. They've been moving the Eagles off. The only time that the Eagles are getting in anywhere is on a pass rush and when they're blitzing.
I don't care, Paul. It is not a good move. You've got one of the best defenses in football. They're doing a terrific job. Let them go out and play.
Joe, we just find out why Paul isn't coaching. Why he's up here with us.
Well, you know, I would never want to coach. I've already raised 3 children. I'm not going to raise 53 more.
You couldn't keep a job making decisions like that.
Yes,
though.
I could.
Dexter Wynn drops back for Tupa's punt. low line drive, and Tupa is getting some great breaks tonight. This one goes out of bounds at the 11, a 44-yard kick and no return.
Tired of endless searches for low fares? Now available, the Southwest Shortcut shows you exactly which days our lowest online fares are available, only at southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
There are thousands of people who love what you love. How will you find them?
Special delivery, ladies.
Well, look who's here.
Got your fresh beer right here.
What do you got? I got intentional taste mask. All American brewed beers are fresh. This guy's hiding something.
Illegal use of the hand truck, distributing beer with less taste.
Place it with Miller Lite.
More taste.
Half the carbs.
You can't flag the king.
Right.
Okay, we got multiple penalties on Dan. Intentional
Miller.
face mask.
Good call.
Illegal use of the hand truck.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. eBay, the power of all of us. Miller, there's good enough and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call. And Harley Davidson, it's time to ride.
Eagles like to throw the football. They like to put the ball in the air. There's your play selection by Andy Reid. 12-2.
Well, they've had 3 possessions. They've only run the ball twice.
And they only have a whole yard, and they're going to lose that. Marcus Washington made the tackle after Ronaldo Wynn got penetration. This defense is something special.
Greg Williams is something special.
He sure is.
He did it in Tennessee. He did it in Buffalo. I mean, he loves to bring pressure. He told his guys right in the first meeting, we're going to hit somebody moving behind the line of scrimmage on every play.
He will be a head coach again one day, but he will have, I think, a better choice of selections.
Might have a lot of them this year.
McNabb sitting in that pocket again, throws low, incomplete. And Owens is still with a big goose egg on his stat sheet.
No, he's got one catch.
No, he's got one for what?
Yeah, and he fumbled it.
Oh, that was the fumble.
But
he'd like to have a 0.
Now here's T.O. trying to get off the line. That Springs. That ball wasn't thrown to him either.
See, Donovan's almost holding the ball so long in the pocket that he's in rhythm, and then he gets out of rhythm, and then just tries to strong-arm it into the receivers. He's way out of sync.
T.O. comes all the way wide left, and Smoot is on him. They'll blow this one dead. Ron Winter, our veteran referee.
False start. Offense, number 36. Penalized half the distance to the goal. Third down.
You
Westbrook,
talk about
the running back.
Talk about critical times in a game. For the Eagles, they know where they're going. They know the kind of football team they have. This down in distance would be a backbreaker for the Redskins if the Eagles were able to convert. If the Redskin defense can hold this offense down and make them punt, this place will keep rocking.
Draw play. Westbrook, room to run. Out to the 20 and then slammed down. And almost got the first down.
He's a yard and a half from the first down. This is Brian Westbrook. This was just a quick draw. And look at this. I mean, he gets some outstanding blocking, but watch the moves he makes. He never stops moving. He gets whacked. He still picks up another 6 yards and almost gets the first down.
When Marcus Washington really saved at that time.
What are they marking this for? I
mean, where are they marking it on the 20-yard line for?
Well, he got to the 20, but the first down's a 21.5.
Oh, no.
The ruling on the field is forward progress. The runner was driven back. We will measure.
I don't believe he ever got to the 20.
Doesn't matter. He's still going to be a whole yard shy.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's this close. I really don't.
Well, the yard markers across the field have it past the 21.
Well, yeah, it depends on where the ball is, and you can't tell from that unless you're down the line of scrimmage. But he may have gotten the ball to at least the 20, but I don't think beyond.
But it's so far short.
And it shouldn't even be a measurement.
No.
I mean, there's no way you waste your time on a measurement.
Well,
not if it's a yard.
Well, we have plenty of time.
See, Philadelphia may want to go for it.
Thank you, Coach.
Look at that. You just lost your second job.
Yeah. Assistant. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Step back so the cameras can see. Let the people at home make a decision and see it. Okay, it wasn't a yard.
Well, it was
now
where it was marked on the sideline.
Here's Andy Reid. What are you going to do, Paul?
Punt.
Okay, good.
Well, I know that because the punter's out there.
But still, what a great effort by Brian Westbrook.
It was tremendous. But he got a very favorable mark out of it.
3rd down and 18, and you get 17 3/4 yards.
Dirk Johnson to kick to Thrash. Johnson, the second-year punter out of Northern Colorado.
Short. Oh, you got to field it, man.
Thrash trying to get up there, takes it on the first hop, and then is swarmed under at the 40.
Easy for you to say.
2-yard return. There's a flag down at the 34-yard line of the Eagles. We'll check that out.
Paul's sitting up here saying, oh, you got to field it. All of a sudden, gets destroyed.
That's what you want to see, the guy field it.
Yep. Well, Thrash is fast, but he's not that fast.
During the kick, personal foul, face mask, number 45 of the receiving team.
Oh, that hurts.
Penalized 15 yards. First down.
Mike Sellers called for the penalty. Redskins ball when we come back.
On the joyous days of bowl week, my TV gives to me. Tailbacks are sweeping, quarterbacks are throwing, whistles are blowing, head coaches screaming.
Capital One Bowl Week, December 27th through January 1st on ESPN. And
at 309 Office Furniture, you'll truly find out the meaning of big. The selection is enormous, and the savings are huge. With the lowest prices and the highest value, you're sure to get the best deal. And with the best furniture lines, including 309's very own, you're sure to get incredible quality too. If you're looking to outfit your home office or customize your new business, 309 Office Furniture has it all. No project is too big or too small for 309 Office Furniture through 309 in Hatfield.
At Ed's TV, our big screen specialists know it all.
What makes one speaker better than another?
Well, the material of the tweeter and the mid-range drivers, but also the integrity of the cabinet that houses them.
There's a lot of furniture, but can I buy custom?
We can come to your home and build a cabinet floor to ceiling in any color and style.
But what Eagle passed for 477 yards in one game?
Randall Cunningham, 42-17 win over the Skins, September 17th, 1989, 51 and windy.
Ed's TV, we know it all, and so should you before buying.
Ever feel like every car dealer is saying the same things? It all sounds good, but who should you believe? J.L. Freed understands that to build a lasting relationship with our customers, we have to deliver on what we promise. We don't yell to get your attention. Since 1883, we've delivered great value on the cars, trucks, and vans that you want. Our sales consultants take the time to understand your needs, treat you with courtesy and honesty, and deliver on our promises. J.L. Freed, taking a bite out of the competition since 1883. Visit us soon and you'll feel the difference.
It's Monday Night Countdown at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. The best place to get ready for Monday Night Football. Then on ABC at 9 Eastern. Trent Green and the Chiefs go to Tennessee. Football from Nashville to take on the Titans on Monday night. Redskins, after the penalty on the return, pushed back to their 25. And this to Thrash for about 5. Let's go to Susie.
Mike, this game has NFC East written all over it. Physical and a game of revenge for the Redskins. Want to get back at those Eagles. Didn't take long. 46 seconds in, Clinton Portis for the touchdown. But Donovan McNabb buys his guy some time outside the pocket, hits his tight end L.J. Smith to tie it up. And then the story has been defense. The Redskins, number 2 in the NFL, holding the Eagles to just 14 rushing yards. Ryan Westbrook can't get it going on the ground.
Tied at 7, Susie. It's been a heck of a first half. Portis, maybe a yard. They need to reach the 35 for a first down.
We were talking about the injuries on the defensive line. Hollis Thomas is out with a dislocated elbow. So now, Corey Simon is still not back in the football game. We said McDougal was out before it started, and Burgess as well. That's 4 defensive linemen. You talked about it, Paul. Sure, they may have an 11-1 record on the way to the playoffs, but how healthy are they going to be when they get there?
Well, they started out with 10 defensive linemen, down to about 6.
Redskins again shifting on 3rd and almost 5. Ramsey throws this one low. It was intended for Portis, but he had Javon Curse right in his face.
Oh, Javon Curse. You want to talk about speed? Watch him get to the outside. Ray Brown is the tackle on the outside, on the right side. And happy birthday. You're 42 years old today. But anyway, just take a look at this play to the outside. Javon Curse is the one that hits Ramsey's arm.
It's a wingspan that he has. I think it's a 74-inch wingspan. His arms are a big problem. His speed is a problem, but his arms, from a quarterback's perspective, I mean, he swats at you and the ball.
We saw him in his first and second year with the Titans do things that we simply thought were physically impossible to do.
Defensive backs should only be able to run that fast.
Exactly. Good kick this time, and Hood with a chance to return it. Check it, Dexter Wynn. He gets 20 yards coming back after a 45-yard punt, and this will be the best field position the Eagles will have a chance to start from tonight.
Nice Harley.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was gonna get one of those myself, but I spent the $64.95 on a killer dinette set. It was tough, you know. It was Harley, dinette set, Harley, dinette set.
The 2005 Sportster is here.
Went with a dinette set.
The bike you've always wanted starts at $64.95.
One of the reasons we play so well on the road is because we have a team out.
And then what happened? John Elway drove 98 yards.
She definitely cares about what we eat. Ooh, Miss McNabb, Miss McNabb.
Al, keep driving.
Oh, come on. For away games, she loves giving us Campbell's chunky soup in microwavable bowls. She makes the road feel like home.
Let me hear your battle cry.
Campbell's Chunky. It fills you up right.
I'd like to overnight this gift to Pahonix.
Okay, FedEx can get it there first thing tomorrow. We can also professionally package it with our new pack and ship service. Pahonix, what's that?
Pahonix, it's the biggest city in Arizona, the capital of Arizona.
Do you mean Phoenix?
Phoenix?
The new FedEx Kinkos. Make it, print it, pack it, ship it. Our office is your office.
ESPN's double coverage weekend starts Saturday at 8:30 with an NFC showdown. And Sunday night, 2 AFC powerhouses collide. It's a double coverage weekend. Panthers-Falcons Saturday night at 8:30. Ravens-Colts Sunday night at 8:30 on ESPN.
7:03 to go, first half of play. Eagles and Redskins. Philadelphia takes over at its own 43 in a 7-7 tie. Donovan McNabb leads them out.
And he will throw.
Four-man rush. He's had good protection all night. Owens, with only his second catch, got a great block from Josh Perry, the fullback.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, you dream about getting a block like this, and I'm talking about Josh Perry, number 49. He's coming out of the backfield. T.O.'s going to come across. He gets the ball. Look to your left. Here it comes. Wham! I mean, that is just good. Right here. He hits Ryan Clark, and it just opens up the sideline for T.O.
And Sean Taylor comes like a missile to knock him out of bounds.
Boy, when you see a flash, you know it's Sean Taylor. Westbrook. Good hard run that time.
The Redskins have done a pretty good job holding down and defending Terrell Owens. This is the first play of the game. You wind up with an incomplete pass, then the pass interference on Sean Springs, and then a little swing out in the flat to Terrell Owens. Antonio Pierce strips the ball away. You see that with a guy like Terrell Owens. He fights for those extra yards and exposes the ball sometimes, but both Smoot and Springs have done a pretty good job of keeping T.O. under wraps.
Smith and Owens come to the near side. Now Smith goes in motion, so Owens is over there by himself. McNabb throws underneath. He is just so strong and so smart. L.J. Smith, as he throws back against the grain, taken down by Marcus Washington.
Well, look how fast the ball gets there. I'm just laughing because Donovan McNabb knows exactly where the yard marker is. Watch this throw back. It's across his body. Look at the speed. Bang, right back to L.J. Smith, and they pick up the first down.
And also, you look at his eyes. All the time he was scrambling, he was looking downfield, and at the last second, he turned to throw back to L.J. Smith.
Donovan's hit 9 out of 15. There are the numbers, 151 yards and a score. McNabb taken down. The sack by Ron Warner, and the Redskins said they have a specific technique when they play a guy as strong as McNabb.
What you don't want to do is you just don't want to grab his leg. Watch what Warner does. He grabs him. When you get a hold of his leg, look at how he slides down. Now roll. You have to roll. See how Warner starts to roll over? That's the way Donovan will go down easy. It's just a question of bulldogging him.
Well, he was going to try and throw the ball to Brian Westbrook, and he was coming across, but underneath the 5-yard marker, and they just knocked him off.
Gosh, he's strong, though.
2nd and 19 after the sack. Screen to Westbrook. Breaks the tackle, got back to the original line of scrimmage.
You know what, in this game, with 2 minutes and 11 seconds gone in the first quarter, the score was 7-7. Now, these two teams have been playing defense ever since then.
You're right. It's like last week we did Pittsburgh and Jacksonville. That was a slugfest. I've been impressed with how hard Brian Westbrook runs. He's not a big guy. He's only 205. But on the 3rd down play where he gained almost 18 yards, you saw him break tackles. On this last one, he split 2 Redskin defenders.
3rd and 11. McNabb, loose ball. Knocked away by Chris Clemens, number 57, the linebacker who got in there. And the Redskin no-names continue to do it on defense.
Yeah, they do. And what happens is Donovan McNabb does it. You know, he figures he gets all the confidence in the world he gets from his offensive line. But that time, they just get beat. Chris Clemens comes all the way around the blocker on the outside and makes the play. That's John Runyon. And makes the play. Donovan McNabb never saw him.
David Akers is having a brilliant year as a place kicker. 25 of 28. Now they're going to use a timeout. And he has just had a sensational year from beyond 40, 48-yarder when we come back.
On the joyous days of bowl week, my TV gives to me. Tailbacks are sweeping, quarterbacks are throwing, whistles are blowing, head coach is screaming.
Capital One Bowl Week, December 27th through January 1st on ESPN.
Recently, a group of music students used Palm One handhelds to perform an original composition live. Of course, you may just want to listen to MP3s. The Tungsten E handheld. Simply amazing.
Hey. Where you been?
Well,
We needed a break from the city, so we hop in our new Nissan Pathfinder. Drive to a small town and hear, hey, you got calzones here? So we go even farther and find a dude ranch. See horses, see cowboys, see guys saying the best pizzas at Lombardi's. Mud baths at the hot springs. Hey, I'm in your building. We drive farther and farther down a canyon, across the river to the most far away from the city place, and we realize we missed you guys.
The new 7-passenger, 270-horsepower Nissan Pathfinder. Lease the new 7-passenger Nissan Pathfinder at the special introductory rate.
Happy holidays! This holiday, bring a smile to someone's face. Spread joy all through the house. Preview holiday movie releases. And find just the right gift in a blink of an eye with Comcast high-speed internet. Now available at special holiday savings, just $19.99 a month for 3 months. Bring everyone closer to home this season with Video Mail and America's #1 high-speed internet. Call now for holiday savings.
In the 2003 New York blackout, a man used the light from his Palm One handheld to navigate a 26th floor stairwell. He paused on the 8th for a game of Tetris. The Tungsten E handheld. Simply amazing.
Eagles and the Redskins tied at 7. David Akers set to try a 48-yard field goal, which would give him an NFL record. He has 16 of 40 or better this year. 2 other men have done it, Ryan Longwell and Corey Blanchard. This is from 48 for the record and the lead in the game.
Wow. Real good.
Short. Did not make it, just short.
Big plays by the Redskin defense. Back-to-back sacks, creating an opportunity. You see this ball falls about a football short. And he's angry.
And you don't see Akers short or offline very often.
And there's virtually no wind in this stadium tonight. It's a calm, calm evening.
It's a calm evening at 14 miles an hour.
Ronaldo win. Talking to his defensive teammates. So what can the Redskins do in the final 2 minutes? They'll start with Portis. Spun down by Trotter. That's 265 against 210. And Portis is still down.
I'll tell you, they make tackles on Portis because they really realize that he is the one back on this field tonight. And once he gets in the open, he's gone.
And the other thing is, too, is after Pittsburgh beat up the Eagles as badly as they did, Andy Reid and Jim Johnson made some changes. One was to put Jeremiah Trotter in the middle of the football field at middle linebacker and move Mark Semino over to the weak side.
Ramsey pump faked and goes out to Portis again, dragged out of bounds by Semino, the weak side linebacker. And in that spot, he can use all that speed a lot better.
I don't care. You have got to, at some point, take some shots down the field. The National Football League today allows you to do that. I mean, we saw the pass interference on T.O. before. When you take a look at Patrick Ramsey's pass chart, he's 12 for 17. He's thrown 1 ball over 15 yards in the middle, and look at the way they've worked it outside. Now, you're going to come up 3rd and 7. You're going to come up 2nd and 5s, but you've got to get chunks. You can't work the ball 12, 14 plays in this league anymore.
And normally when you see 12 out of 17, you see right around 100 yards. But he's at 53, so that's an indication of the length of those passes.
And it's exactly the way Joe Gibbs called the first game against the Eagles, which they wound up losing. They stayed with them close, but he's got to find some explosiveness in the passing game in his offense to really, I think, threaten this Eagle defense.
3rd down here and 7.
Here they come.
Ramsey hangs in the pocket, throws to the sideline. Lavernius Coles makes the catch at the 45 for a 1st down.
It's one of the things that happens as everybody knows. Once you're in a blitz, then you've got to play man-to-man on the outside.
Great job by the line. Patrick Ramsey waits and makes the throw. See how he leads him? anticipate where the receiver is going to be. That's something Patrick Ramsey is learning to do. You don't have to fire it into small holes. Anticipate. I've been impressed by the way Patrick has played tonight.
And the Redskin receivers the last couple of weeks have finally started holding on to the football, something they had not done early in the year. Cooley, nice catch, but it killed his momentum to spin around the way he did. And Lito Shepherd able to make the tackle at the 40, and that will take us to the 2-minute Washington, or 2-minute warning here in Washington. Whatever you want.
Cholesterol. It comes grilled, fried, slow cooked, twice baked, poached, and pureed. But it also comes from Mom, Dad, Grandma Ethel, and Grandpa Sam. Your cholesterol doesn't just come from food. It also has a lot to do with family history. Today, there's Vytorin. When diet and exercise aren't enough, adding Vytorin can help. Vytorin is a new product that treats the two sources of cholesterol. Cholesterol from food and the cholesterol your body makes naturally based on family history. Vytorin lowers bad cholesterol 45 to 60%. Vytorin is not for everyone, including people with liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Vytorin may interact with other medicines or certain foods, increasing your risk of getting this serious side effect. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Ask your doctor about new Vytorin. Your cholesterol comes from two sources. Treat them both with Vytorin.
Wow, stuffed chicken marsala, stuffed chicken limone. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Can you actually hear them being stuffed with 4 Italian cheeses? Can you hear the creamy marsala sauce? Is the limone calling?
It spoke to me, yes.
Only at Olive Garden.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. It's great to
For those who never quit, the battery that never quits. Energizer. Keep going.
I'm Roy Williams of the Dallas Cowboys. I donate my time to help kids. By giving back, I'm able to make a difference.
Coming up at the half, the Toyota Halftime Show with Chris Berman, the fastest 3 minutes in television, Boomer's Halftime Heroes, and NFL coaches going back to school. Coming up on the Toyota Halftime Show. Certainly one of them, Joe, Charlie White's going to your alma mater.
I think it's a great hire for the University of Notre Dame. Charlie's done such a magnificent job with the Patriots offense. I think he's got a great opportunity there at the university.
2nd and 5 for the Redskins. Portis, and they may have blown this dead, which would be a break for Washington because Portis wasn't going to go anywhere.
Unless it's a penalty.
False start. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Well, they get the down back. At least that's something. Let's go to Susan.
Mike, a lot of what Patrick Ramsey has learned about playing in the NFL and life itself came from a unique relationship with former quarterback Burt Jones of the Colts, an NFL MVP in 1976. Both from Ruston, Louisiana, both first-round picks. They have a unique relationship because Tram, Jones's son, was such good friends with Patrick. Patrick spent so much time in his house. I'll tell you the rest of the story after this play.
4-man rush. Block it up pretty well, and Ramsey throws complete to Coles. Lavernius Coles got a block, and he's inside the 25.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is just, not only is it a great route, but it's also a heck of a pass. Patrick Ramsey, I mean, just drilled this ball. Look at this. I mean, that's a perfect throw. Lavernius Coles is set up. He steps into this one and really makes it hum.
But you can't, the clock is running. I mean, it's 1:30. I think you've got to be quicker getting to the line of scrimmage and getting some more plays off in a 2-minute drill.
Well, they still have 2 timeouts as well. Portis with that speed to get to the outside. Flag is down. That was a nice looking play. Little misdirection, and Samuel's got a chance to throw him a block on the outside. Let's see if it was McCants, number 85, with a hold.
It was. It wasn't a hold. It was a takedown tackle.
And he didn't have to do it. Not with Portis' speed.
Holding. Offense number 85. A 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
The guy on the outside isn't going to make the play anyway. Look at McCants. Now he tackles him. I mean, you can't do that. That was Hugh Douglas as the defensive end on the outside. Portis has already got him beat. And then you tackle the defensive back.
107 yards in penalties against the Redskins here in the first half. And those are just backbreakers.
Redskins with 2 timeouts in 1 minute and 9 seconds. It doesn't matter if he grabs you. You can't grab him.
It's a nice takedown. Now we got
another whistle.
Man, oh man, they're taking themselves
out. It's going to be the play clock.
Boy, does this thing look like the first game against the Eagles.
False start. Offense number 87. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
In the first game against the Eagles, the beginning of the fourth quarter, the score was 14-6. The Eagles were ahead. The Redskins had 1st and goal from the 10-yard line, had 7 consecutive plays of either drop passes, losses, or penalties, wound up missing a 48-yard field goal. This is eerie.
Well,
when you see what the Redskins are doing.
I mean, as a coaching staff, I blame them. Get the play into this guy.
Well, don't even hold him at the line of scrimmage. Go quick counts. Don't give the guys a chance to jump off sides.
Ramsey underneath. Catch made for about 5. Trotter on the tackle.
Come on, guys. They've got it. Yeah.
They've got 2 timeouts. They just took 1, Joe.
I really feel like this is the first time you've seen the Redskin offense out of sync. I just don't feel like it's being handled efficiently at this point. Of course, when you have back-to-back penalties, it makes it harder.
Susie, I know it was a long pause, but you finally have a chance to finish the story.
Well, lots of suspense. We like that. But it's the relationship of Burt Jones and Patrick Ramsey. And Ramsey said he could hear him in the Jones home coming up the steps, his knees creaking. So he learned firsthand the toll this game can take on your body. And Patrick told me tonight that the best piece of advice that Burt Jones gave him was just play your best and the rest will take care of itself. You see, Patrick tends to overanalyze everything. And it was just a reminder to really try to go out and just have fun.
And Susie, we remember Burt Jones playing Joe. He was just a tremendous player, had a back injury that cut his career.
Used to love to play against him in Baltimore, watch him throw the football. Fiery competitor.
Speaking of fiery competitors, there's number 81. Redskins going the wrong way. It's 2nd and 20. Ramsey short set this time. He gets the completion to Rod Gardner.
Well, Ramsey's looking at the bench. Please give me a play right away. And he's waiting. What do you want? You want me to call timeout? What do you want to do? They have another timeout. They're not going to call it here. But get him to play.
And the Redskins have had clock management problems all year long.
I think that's one of the negatives of the communicators in the helmets. Coaches can talk to quarterbacks too much.
They show blitz. Redskins pick it up, but now Ramsey floats it to Cooley, and he couldn't make the catch. Oh, what a throw by Ramsey.
I'll tell you, Ramsey had this ball. If it's a half-yard shorter, Cooley's got himself a touchdown. Cooley did the right thing. He just broke to the end zone. Look at Ramsey. That's Javon Curse's arm again, Joe, with that big wingspan of his. But look at this ball. I'll tell you, Cooley should have caught it.
He has a shot at it.
He jumped a little early, and Ramsey, that was a tremendous adjustment. And now they'll go for the 43-yard field goal by John Hall.
And I don't know how strong John Hall's leg is. He wasn't kicking very well in warm-ups.
Well, he was hurt earlier this year. That's got plenty on it, but it's wide.
See, John Hall is just not himself. When I watched him in warm-ups, it was the exact same thing. It was just it looks like the swing is just a little bit tentative. Yeah, it looks a little tentative.
Both teams have missed field goals, and we are still tied at 7.
We take a look at this play where Patrick Ramsey is scrambling around and trying to get away from Javon Curse. You see him, look, there is Clinton Portis stepping up the field. Now, Patrick really doesn't have much of a chance to survey it. Now, Clinton's not going to be tickled with the fact that he didn't throw the ball to him, but that's a little bit of when you're under pressure, you go back to old habits. Patrick is to try and get the ball down the field.
Boy, Daniel Snyder knew that was their shot, too, because Cooley was open. Ramsey, I thought, made a tremendous adjustment on that. McNabb draw play, and the Eagles will be very content to let this clock run out and go to the locker room tied on the road at 7. A very physical first half, a scoring explosion in the first 3 minutes. We haven't had anything since except great football. Our score here at the half, 7-7. Now let's join Chris Berman for the Toyota halftime show.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. The Eagles have to work for it. You know that Philadelphia, New England, and Pittsburgh, the 3 11-1 teams coming into this Sunday. We'd only had 3 11-1 teams one time previously in the NFL. That would be 1984. Niners, Dolphins heading the list then. We've never had 3 12-1 teams. Philly's struggling tonight. Let's begin our fastest 3 and see how New England and Pittsburgh did. Jerome Bettis and the Steelers were tied with the Jets early 4-3-3, but Bettis, the bus in the passing lane to Jeremy Tooman. Oh yeah, the bus does this as well. Throwing and running the Steelers to the AFC North crown on a 12-1 record. They win 17-6. Tom Brady throwing for the Patriots against the Bengals. Zing to David Patton. And then the Patriots had an early 3-touchdown lead. Asante Samuel with the pick. Bengals came back, but New England wins the AFC East 35-28 over Cincinnati. Peyton Manning, just 2 touchdown passes today. Houston made them work. That was Marvin Harrison. This is Reggie Wayne. Lowest point total all year Colts, but they win 23-14 over Houston, win the AFC South. T.J. Duckett, the big fella, had 4 touchdowns for Atlanta, who come back in a big way. 35-10 over the Raiders. They win the NFC South. Congrats to Jim Mora. Brian Greasy to the rookie Michael Clayton. And Tampa Bay is tied San Diego 21 all. But Donnie Edwards, another huge game for the Lightning Bolts. Chargers, they're 10-3. They beat the Bucs 31-24. Brett Favre, tough first half, but he hits Donald Duke in the driver. Touchdown. And the Packers have come from behind to tie and then go ahead and beat Detroit on Ryan Longwell's field goal, 16-13. Seahawks, Vikings. Randy Moss, just before the 2-minute warning, picked off by rookie Michael Booyah. Michael Bulwer with the play. Then Dante Culpepper, team down 27-23 to Moss. Tick, tick, tick. They spike. They have one last shot. Culpepper, sacked by Antonio Cochran. What a huge win after the Monday night debacle for Mike Holmgren and the Seahawks. They win 27-23. Jake, daylight come, and you got it Delo. Carolina cruising 20-7. They won 5 in a row, and they beat the Rams 20-7. Eli Manning, another day at the office. Not a good day. Picked off by the Ravens. Ed Reed. What? To Deion Sanders. Manning 4 of 18 for just 27 yards. 2 picks. Kyle Bowler to Todd Heap. 4 TDs. Bowler. Ravens all over the Giants 37-14. Fans get on Jake Plummer and Dent. You don't want to do that. You just don't want to do that. From finger to foot, Jason Elam, 50-yard field goal, good. Broncos beat Miami, playing well for Jim Bates, 20-17. Buffalo was 0-4. They're now 7-6. 13-yard touchdown, Willis McGahee against Cleveland. On a sloppy day, the Browns had 17 yards of total offense. A team record low, Bills team record low, 37-7 Buffalo cruising. Aaron Brooks to Joe, don't bother me, I'm on the horn. Touchdown. Saints beat Dallas 27-13. Byron Leftwich and the Jags finally win or are involved in a game that's not a nail-biter. 31 yards to Jimmy Smith. They beat the Bears 22-3. The Niners blew a 28-3 lead. They go to overtime against Arizona, but Maurice Hicks with the touchdown. Todd Peterson with the field goal. Niners, a pair of 31-28 overtime wins over Arizona. The other 11 games were lost. Dennis Erickson, a winner. Philly already has clinched the division. Today, Atlanta, New England, Pittsburgh, and Indianapolis join them as division champs. Congratulations to all doing this with 3 games to go. And coaching news. Charlie Weiss, the outstanding offensive coordinator of New England Patriots, has agreed to a 6-year contract with Notre Dame. He'll be introduced at the Golden Gnome tomorrow. He's a grad of the school from '78. The man he replaces, Ty Willingham, will be introduced tomorrow as head coach of the Huskies in Washington. Back in the Pac-10, Willingham head coach at Stanford, who will now have Walt Harris, the Pitt coach, as their new head coach. Harris expects to coach Pitt, though, against Utah in the Fiesta Bowl. Oh, by the way, Notre Dame at Washington next September 4th. Circle it.
This halftime show is presented by the redesigned Toyota Camry. Now that's moving you forward.
When we return, our halftime heroes, the Bus, throwing, running to the milestones, and Seattle's Darrell Jackson, a day you won't forget.
And it tastes good, too.
Good ones. So I got one. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Good one, boss. Very good, sir.
More style, more status. The redesigned Camry SE. Now that's moving you forward.
Welcome back to the United Way Draft. Now let's go to Erica with the latest draftee.
I'm here with Brian Dawkins, the newest volunteer for the Neighborhood Parks Association. Brian, how do you feel?
It's incredible. I just want the kids in Philadelphia to have a nice, clean place to play.
Here's some of your highlights. Take us through them.
Well, this is me moving from left to right, just blowing away leaves into a pile.
Brian Dawkins, living a dream here at the United Way Draft.
Get involved in your community. It's what matters.
Welcome back to the Toyota Halftime Show with your host, Chris Berman.
7-7 Philly at Washington at the half. Before today, only 4 gentlemen, that would be Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, and Eric Dickerson, had run for 13,000 yards or more. Today, in one stadium, 2 guys made the list, a half dozen. Here we go with our halftime heroes. Jerome Bettis joining those at 13,000. What a year he's having for the 12-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. You saw him throwing. This is old-time Bus football, and this is new-time Bus football. Touchdown pass, and then the Bus sealed the deal with a 12-yard run himself. Boy, and Bill Cowher and Jerome Bettis, do they appreciate each other? And Pittsburgh native Curtis, my favorite, Martin, in the Jets' loss, also got to 13,000 yards. Congratulations to both. Welcome back. Philly fans for years have enjoyed Troy Vincent. He's back after not playing since early October. This time, free safety of the Bills. Today, he had an interception, a fumble recovery, and a sack. Troy Vincent back as Buffalo circling the wagons. Speaking of Troy's, Troy Brown and his band of renown. 3rd interception. He's tied for the team lead in New England. That's amazing. Donnie Edwards, 2 interceptions, 16 tackles, gives him 36 tackles in 2 weeks. What a year he's having for the first place Lightning Bolts in San Diego. Seattle defense, maligned, coming up with huge plays. Michael Bulwer picks off Randy Moss. And then Antonio Cochran, the sack on the last play of the game. But Darrell Jackson, who left the team Friday to visit his dad, dying of cancer. He was with him, came back to the team Saturday night. He lost his father Sunday before the game. Darrell Jackson caught 10 passes, including a touchdown, on a day, and we all feel for Darrell and his family. He excelled on the field the way his father would have been proud of him. Sunday Stud, you can vote by logging on to ESPN.com. Here are some of your candidates. 7-7 at the half. We'll be back.
Oh, you don't have to do
Oh,
that.
no, Mr. Hugenacker, I insist.
Take that back for you there, Mr. Hugenacker. Oh, no, I can manage. Are you sure?
Hello, Mr. Hugenacker. Come back and see us real soon.
It's a pleasure having you, Mr. Hugenacker. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bogey, my man, your car is ready.
Hope you had a good Mr. Hugenacker.
More style, more class. The redesigned Camry SE. Now that's moving you forward.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. And have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
This halftime show is presented by the redesigned Toyota Camry. Now that's moving you forward.
Well, if you love bowl games, this is the place to be as usual. We begin with the New Orleans Bowl. It's Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern. Southern Miss against North Texas. You throw it out the window when the Golden Eagles meet the Mean Green. Congratulations to Coach K. Mike Krzyzewski becoming the 6th active Division I coach with 700 career wins at Duke, with 700 career wins anywhere, and his Duke Blue Devils beat Toledo 82-54. Congratulations to a classy guy, Mike Krzyzewski. Washington Redskins smelling upset. Clinton Portis has their touchdown. They're tied with the Eagles 7-7 at the half, third quarter, in a moment.
The holidays come early with ESPN's Double Coverage Weekend. It all starts on Saturday night at 8:30 as the Panthers look to keep their playoff dreams alive against Michael Vick and the Atlanta Falcons. Then Sunday night at 8:30, Peyton Manning and the rolling Colts offense meet head-on the immovable Ravens D. Deck the halls. It's Double Coverage Weekend. Panthers Falcons Saturday night at 8:30. Ravens Colts Sunday night at 8:30 on ESPN.
If you're looking for a new car or truck this holiday season, trust Bergey's, where cars and trucks cost you less. Why pay more? Thousands of satisfied Bergey's customers come back to save on their next Chevrolet, Ford, Dodge, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, or Buick. So this holiday season, trust Bergey's, where cars and trucks cost you less. Bergey's family of dealerships wishes your family a joyous holiday season. Bergey's, family owned since 1924.
Have you been thinking about a career change, but not sure what to do? The healthcare industry is booming, so why not consider a career in the medical field, helping doctors treat patients? It's interesting work, too. No 2 days are alike. If you enjoy helping people, then I'll bet you'd love a career in the medical field. Now, wouldn't that be a nice change?
Call Lansdale School of Business at 215-699-5700. 215-699-5700.
Gasho's Jewelers sells only the highest quality jewelry and gifts at competitive prices. We have a wonderful selection of beautiful diamond engagement rings, anniversary and wedding bands, ear pins, birthstone jewelry, 14-karat gold chains, bracelets, and more. Our collectibles are from around the world and sure to be the perfect gift for anyone. When it comes to clocks, we have all sizes and shapes. Gasho's Jewelers, much more than fine jewelry.
A frustrating night for the heavily favored Philadelphia Eagles. The offense not working against the Redskins' second-ranked defense. Turnovers and big hits have made a difference in a 7-7 ball game. And the Eagles will get the ball to start the third quarter in front of about 91,000 fans in the NFL's largest venue.
Terrell Owens stretching out his back. The shot that he took from Sean Taylor on that last reception, he landed mighty hard.
Joe, I think at halftime they put some of the pieces back where they're supposed to be. I'm telling you, folks, I don't know what it is about Sunday night, but man, do these guys love to hit.
They love to bring it out, don't they?
Tell you what, T.O. is a huge wide receiver.
He's a big man, and he's a beast when he gets his hands on the ball. One guy can't bring him down, and he's going to expose the ball because he's going to continue to fight for those extra yards.
Both teams have scored one touchdown. Both teams have missed one long field goal. And John Hall prepared to kick it away for Washington. And the Eagles will start from just outside their own 35-yard line. All right, 7-7 at the half. What do we look for here in the second half from the Eagles and the Redskins?
I think the Eagles have to feel pretty comfortable. They've made some mistakes down around the goal line. They got the one, but T.O. gave it away. So I think they pretty much stay with what they want to do. The Redskins have to find some kind of explosiveness in their offense. The only reason they were on the board with 7 is because they had a 9-yard drive for a touchdown. They need to be able to find some big plays to be able to stay with the Eagles toe-to-toe.
And I also think one thing the Eagles are going to have to do is I mean, they don't like to do that, but run the ball a little bit more.
Right now they've got Perry in there at fullback. That was tipped. That's why there would not be an interference call on Antonio Pierce on that. Let's go to Susie.
Hey guys, one of the issues down here are swirling winds. As Andy Reid said, that keeps switching and it's playing havoc with the passing game and especially field goals, as he saw before the half. I asked him how he thinks his offense is doing. He said he's happy with the way they're moving the ball. Obviously, they just need to score, but they're doing well against a very solid Redskin defense. And I asked him what makes them so good. He said so solid fundamentally, and they are swarming to the ball. As for Gibbs, he just wanted to say his team is fighting their guts out.
And Susie, there are 4 starters missing from this defensive lineup, including All-Pro LeVar Arrington. Westbrook wide open.
What
inside the 40.
I don't know how he saw him. I'm telling you, he's running, and I'll tell you, he was about as close to the line of scrimmage as you're going to get. Donovan McNabb, take a look at this. When he comes up and he starts to throw, look, he's going to see out to the left, Westbrook, and that ball is perfect.
Yeah, he doesn't just lay it out there. He puts a little zip on it. Knows where everyone is as he's scrambling. Does a wonderful job of keeping his head up, feeling the pressure, and getting the ball in the hands of the receivers.
There may not be another running back as a wide receiver like Marshall Faulk in our lifetime, but Westbrook is at least in his class. He is an outstanding receiver as a running back.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, too. When you look at this Redskin defense, all right, there's a breakdown there, and then Donovan McNabb found Westbrook. But I'll tell you, they just tried to run a little draw play there, and it picked up about 3 or 4 yards. But this Redskin defense, I am really impressed with what they do, because whatever the scheme is, they all bought into it, and they all play it, and they play it extremely well. They just don't make mental errors.
McNabb quickly out to Pinkston. And Pinkston getting all he can out of that one down the sideline. Back to Westbrook for a second. Coming into the weekend, he was the only running back in the NFL who had at least 500 yards receiving and 500 yards rushing. And that just shows you how versatile and how dangerous he is and what a valuable commodity he's been for Andy Reid.
He's got, I tell you what, a quarterback loves a good running back and great wide receivers and tight ends. But when you have a running back with great hands like he has, Westbrook, I mean, you've got to get to him 6 or 7 times a game.
That's where you create the best mismatches, is with that running back on the linebackers.
Another first down for Philadelphia on the opening drive here in the 3rd quarter. Owens with the catch down to the 25.
Well, T.O. tonight, Terrell Owens, you think they didn't knock him around and they just whacked him again? Watch this, Sean Springs, bang. That's a great hit. Antonio Pierce, not only does he bang him, he just steals the ball from him. That's a fumble. But this one here, Sean Taylor, look at this hit. I'll tell you what, every 10, oh yeah, he's on the devil's head. They're trying to kill me.
3 catches, only 20 yards, and that lost fumble down at the 5-yard line. But you don't cover him once, and it's a touchdown. Westbrook on the draw, and he is tripped up by Ryan Bichetti, who got a hand on his ankle and brought him down.
These guys are
just another one of those guys that the Redskins have rotated in and out along the defensive line. Not big names, people you've never heard of before, who just get it done somehow.
Well, the biggest name on the defense is their #1 draft pick. Taylor, really, because when you look down that defense, these are a lot of really misfits, and they're playing like
misfits.
Well, a lot of misfits from other teams. They're playing like they fit.
3rd and 4. Out in the flat, and Beautiful job by Freddie Mitchell.
No, his knee went down. His knee went down on the 20-yard line, and they're going to mark the ball where his knee went down. That was great hustle by Freddie Mitchell, but take a look at here. When he makes the turn, Smoot's there to hit him. When his knee goes down there, that's where the ball is.
Yep.
That's a good mark.
Good call, Paul.
Even his right knee. Even the right one hit after that.
So this will bring in Akers, who missed from 48. This will be from 38. This for the lead. And that hooked just got through. Akers scoots one inside the upright, and the Eagles are on top by 3.
Congratulations! You've launched the pink slip virus. Your office is now infected. They'll soon trace it back to you. Good luck finding a new job. Congratulations!
Want to get away? Just go to Southwest.com for Southwest Airlines $39 to $149 internet specials to 59 destinations nationwide.
You are now free to move about the country.
Investing is about knowing the waters and where the real risks are. At T. Rowe Price, we navigate the market with discipline, relying on experience and our own independent research. Over 75% of our funds beat their 1, 5, and 10-year Lipper averages. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
So just when I'm thinking, isn't there a car out there I could get excited about? Wham! There's this car with all this stuff. Then as I'm thinking, now here's a car I could see myself in. Wham! There's this other car with all this stuff. 2 cars, the same, yet different. Kind of like those twins I met in Chicago.
The Mazda 3 and Mazda 3 5-door. Rethink what's possible.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. Staples, that was easy. T. Rowe Price, invest with confidence. And Mazda, always the soul of a sports car.
That's the White House Christmas tree, an 18.5-foot noble fir from the state of Washington. That's beautiful.
It's leaning a little bit left.
No, it'd be leaning a little right, wouldn't it?
Not in that White House, it's not.
You got to go back 4 years when it leans left.
No, Paul, sorry. No, sir.
I like that.
And it won't lean for a while.
No, it won't. Betts takes it back over the 23. Started this game with a 70-yard return. Can Patrick Ramsey get anything going in the second half?
Introducing the Extra Points credit card from the National Football League. Log on to NFL.com/extrapoints today and start living your...
Well, she's all you'd ever want. She's the kind I'd like to flaunt and take to dinner. But she always knows her place. She's got style, she's got grace. She's a winner. She's a lady.
The Commerce Bank Visa Check Card. It's a lady's other best friend.
BMW Holiday Sales Drive. Lease the 2005 BMW 525i for $469 a month, only through January 3rd.
The annual Mercedes-Benz Winter Dream Event is back with special financing and lease offers available now on C, E, and S-Class models. So hurry and get to your Mercedes-Benz dealer by January 3rd. Event unlike any other.
Here are the updated NFC standings. Philadelphia going for its 12th win tonight. If they win out, they obviously would have home field advantage throughout. Atlanta, the other team, with the advantage going into the playoffs. Minnesota and Carolina would be the wild cards right now. St. Louis, Tampa Bay, and Detroit look 5-8, and people are still alive in the NFC, and that's what is upsetting certain people with a 5-8 record, how you could possibly be still alive in a playoff race.
See, I just don't think the Eagles are under any pressure. I mean, normally you see a team with this, they talk about the sense of urgency, the window of opportunity closing. I expect the Eagles to be knocking on that window, which is a door, for quite a few years.
Of course, the Eagles have been to the NFC Championship game 3 straight times and have lost each one. 2001, they lost to the Rams. The Bucs beat the Eagles in 2002, and then last season they lost to the Panthers in the NFC Championship game. So the frustration building a little bit with the Eagles, and of course they feel the pressure from the media and the fans, whether we think there's pressure or not. Redskins start from their 24 with Portis. Leans for a couple. Jason Short was the injured player for the Philadelphia Eagles.
You know, Michael, I agree with Joe totally that they don't have any pressure on this team. But I think after tonight, they're going to feel a little bit because they're losing defensive linemen. They just lost a linebacker they had to cart off on the field. Now, he wasn't a starter. But they've lost 3 tackles so far tonight.
They don't have starters.
That's right. Everybody's
now.
It really is becoming a problem for them. And they've got 3 more games to go after tonight.
Ramsey, short set, goes out to Coles. Lito Shepard horse collars him after a gain of about 5.
Lavernius Coles has been just really stepped up tonight. It's the kind of plays that he has to make for this offense to be effective. There you see him working against Lito Shepard, just working hard. Another quick screen inside. And he's just going to get banged around like a pinball with all those big guys when he goes back inside. What a catch, and what a catch that one was when Michael Lewis hits him right smack dab. He gets horizontal.
8 catches, 70 yards for Lavernius Coles. Portis on the toss, nowhere to go. And the Eagles did a tremendous job. Jeremiah Trotter was there. Javon Curse, once a play starts going the other direction, Javon Curse can outrun just about anybody, and he's hurt again.
Well, watch this pursuit by the green shirts, the defense. And Portis looks over there. There's nobody there. Jeremiah Trotter, what a great job. Javon Curse is there, and he gets hit in the hip. Here's 93, Javon Curse. Trotter, 54, has already got him. That's great pursuit.
The Eagles defense comes up with a big play when they needed it. Dexter Wynn at the 20. There's a flag down on the play, and Wynn takes it back to the 35 after a 52-yard punt.
Illegal man downfield for the Washington Redskins.
Well, this is just, we talk about that Eagle defense.
An eligible man downfield, number 99 of the kicking team. That penalty's declined. First down.
Paul, we see it so often. We see it so often. You cannot run sideline to sideline on a defense that has that much speed. If the Redskins are going to be successful, they're going to have to run at it.
Say cheese.
Take Grandma's hint. She wants a digital camera from Staples. And now get a free accessory kit and coupon book worth over $225 with each camera purchase.
Staples. That was easy.
So just when I'm thinking, isn't there a car out there I could get excited about? Wham! There's this car with all this stuff. Then as I'm thinking, now here's a car I could see myself in. Wham! There's this other car with all this stuff. And just as I'm thinking, how could this possibly get any sweeter?
The Mazda 3 and Mazda 3 5-door. The wait is over. Now arriving daily. Rethink what's possible.
Prince of Persia, Warrior Within, rated mature.
When I'm on the field, I want to perform at the top of my game. When I'm off the field, I want to do the same. That's why I use Red Zone deodorant. It's the longest lasting deodorant from Old Spice, and its scent lasts longer than the other guys, so you smell great all day. Try it. If you don't like it, Old Spice will buy you a stick or something else. Hey, I don't always win, but that doesn't stop me from trying. Red Zone deodorant from Old Spice.
On the joyous days of bowl week, my TV gives to me. Tailbacks are sweeping, quarterbacks are throwing, whistles are blowing, head coaches screaming.
Capital One Bowl Week, December 27th through January 1st on ESPN and ESPN2.
8 minutes, 37 seconds to go, third quarter. The Eagles start from their own 35. Out of the eye, Westbrook the deep man. McNabb to throw again. Again, good protection. Floats it for Pinkston, incomplete.
We saw Donovan try and put one up, but he has been fairly successful throwing the ball down the field tonight. Couple of opportunities. This one to Terrell Owens on the right side. See how pass track shows you the line of the ball? And then look at the arc. That's the way you throw deep balls. Throw it inbounds so the receiver can make a play on it, or the defender has to have pass interference. Now this is the one that he completed to Todd Pinkston. This is 64 yards in the air. Look at the arc, how the ball comes down. That is schooling on how to throw deep passes. Max height of the arc, 41 feet.
McNabb out in the flat, and he threw that one behind L.J. Smith.
Donovan McNabb has grown up so much at the position. He talks about seeing the field better. And I really believe that is, quarterbacks have visual images when plays come in. They know where everybody is distributed. We saw it when he scrambled before and knew where Brian Westbrook was out to the left. Donovan McNabb has reached the comfort level with Andy Reid calling the plays and him knowing exactly where he wants to go with the football.
The only place you want to keep him is in that pocket. You don't ever want him to get out of it.
3rd and 10.
There he goes.
That's what you said, Paul. That's exactly where you don't want him. And he's fighting for that extra yardage. He will not get the first down.
What he was doing, I'll tell you, this is amazing. How smart he is and how he is aware of everything. And I think it was Westbrook. He was waiting for Westbrook to clear. So here comes Westbrook. Watch this. He's stuck on the outside. He's looking. He'll look over here to Westbrook, and he's waiting for him to clear so he can throw it to him. But Westbrook never does. So now he has to run the ball.
Gosh, is he strong.
Boy, he sure is. Cornelius Griffin, who is a big guy and a heck of a defensive lineman, had a hand on him, and Donovan just shook him off and lit out.
False start. Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Tahani Jones moved early. McNabb this year, 5 games with 4 or more touchdown passes. That's only been done 4 times in NFL history. He has just had a magnificent season.
And he's in a system where they're going to throw the ball 60-65% of the time. That's what Andy Reid likes to do.
This one gets by Thrash, and it will roll down to the 5-yard line. Not a good job by James Thrash on that one. It results in a 56-yard kick, an awful field position.
ESPN's Double Coverage Weekend starts Saturday at 8:30 with an NFC showdown. And Sunday night, 2 AFC powerhouses collide. It's a Double Coverage Weekend. Panthers-Falcons Saturday night at 8:30. Ravens-Colts Sunday night at 8:30 on ESPN.
This holiday season, my good friend gave to me 7 Powerball tickets, 6 match 6 lottos, 5 cash 5, 4 big 4s, 3 daily numbers, 2 lucky
Happy holidays, Rita.
Great gift.
Pennsylvania lottery tickets make great gifts, like the new $10 Winter Wonderland.
Happy holidays.
And best wishes from the lottery.
Come visit Sellersville and Skipback Pharmacies during our Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, December 18th from noon to 4. Enjoy free food, beverage, and giveaways. Be sure to enter the drawing for the 6-foot Nutcracker and take advantage of our big holiday blowout sale. We always have the guaranteed lowest prices in the area. We accept all insurance plans and offer senior citizen discounts every day. And we deliver anything in the store free. The first annual Customer Appreciation Day, December 18th only at Sellersville and Skipback Pharmacies. If you're looking for a new car or truck this holiday season, trust Bergey's, where cars and trucks cost you less. Why pay more? Thousands of satisfied Bergey's customers come back to save on their next Chevrolet, Ford, Dodge, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, or Buick. So this holiday season, trust Bergey's, where cars and trucks cost you less. Bergey's family of dealerships wishes your family a joyous holiday season. Bergey's, family owned since 1924.
Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern, ESPN's bowl season kicks off with the Wyndham New Orleans Bowl as the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles battle the North Texas Mean Green. The Wyndham New Orleans Bowl Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Is that a
Mean Green?
Is that a great nickname?
Mean Green.
The Mean
Fighting
Green.
Machine.
That's right.
Longest yard.
Redskins all the way back to their 5. Portis gains 5. Well, since the Redskins got a 7-yard drive after a tremendous kickoff return to start the game, they haven't gotten anything. I mean, a couple of 30-yard drives, but only one of them resulted in a scoring opportunity, and that was a missed field goal by John Hall.
Look at the 2 drives. 8 plays, 36 yards, 10 plays, 37 yards. Got to find some big plays in your offense.
That's what Joe Gibbs lamented the other day. There have not been big plays by this offense. Lavernius Coles and Sheldon Brown tangled up a little bit, and Coles couldn't make that catch.
You know, this was mentioned earlier. These 2 corners, Lito Shepherd and Sheldon Brown, have really done a wonderful job for this football team. I mean, they've stepped in and filling the shoes of 2 Pro Bowlers. And Javon Curse is limping off again.
You know, and Bobby Taylor, who's out in Seattle, hasn't played much because he's been hurt. Troy Vincent used as a mentor more. I mean, Lito Shepherd, 4 interceptions. 2 of them he's taken back for touchdowns.
The Redskins have gone 8 straight games, talking about not making plays, without a play going more than 30 yards. That's the worst since the '78 Vikings. This pass caught by Coles underneath, and he got to the 15-yard line. Very close to a first down, and Curse has limped off again. And it will be just enough for a first down.
Here's Javon Curse, and look at him. Well, he just stretched his leg out. I mean, I know he's got a great wingspan, and you stretch it, but your leg doesn't go that far without your body being attached to it.
No, he looked like he hyperextended something.
He is so active, Javon Curse.
Keep in mind, this is a natural field.
And that was a big first down from the Redskins to get them out of the shadow of their goal line. And here they're not going to beat the play clock again.
It's ridiculous.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
We're talking about Javon Curse and what he means to this defense and what havoc he creates. Just take a look at from the outside. He's the guy that gets inside, force Ramsey up. Now watch. Look at, I mean, he's got such tremendous speed and awareness of where the ball is. Look at him go down the line. And that was Portis he hit.
10 penalties, 117 yards on the Redskins. Ramsey with time, and this one too high for Coles, who stumbled as he came across the middle.
Did you see Ramsey grab his head? He knew he had Lavernius Coles open, and this was on Ramsey.
Well, he's had a couple get away, but I mean, he's being asked to throw in certain instances now. It's not like before where you'd throw 40 or 50 balls. If he throws 35, 40 balls in a game, that is high. I really believe it's high. But he's not getting any kind of yards after the catch or really completions of any distance. Rip.
Ramsey over the middle. This time Coles makes the catch. Breaks a tackle. Lavernius Coles took a shot, somehow got out of there. And picks up a first down. Boy, has he been tough tonight.
That could be one of the all-time terrific plays of the year. I mean, he is so far away from the 1st and 10. He gets away from Jeremiah Trotter. Trotter just rips his shirt out. There he takes the shot coming over from Keith Adams and then winds up getting the first down. Look at this. Rip, tear, bang me around. You can't bring me down.
Keith Adams actually knocked him straight. Got him back on track.
10 catches, 94 yards. Ramsey. And that's caught at the sideline by Thrash. There's a flag down deep in the secondary.
They're going to call pass interference, as you can see Rod Gardner signal, or illegal contact against the Eagles.
They refuse this one.
Illegal contact. Defense number 54. The penalties decline. The play results in a first down.
They'll take the play instead of the penalty on Trotter.
The best thing for Patrick Ramsey is the fact that the first start that he got of the year was against the Philadelphia Eagles. Because the Eagles, you see them drop back in zone, and that's Jeremiah Trotter, number 54, hitting Thrash. But now he understands a little bit more about what they're trying to do.
Redskins have already gained 40 yards on this drive. Ramsey falls down, somehow got the ball to Betts, and Betts will pick up 6. That had fumble written all over it.
You know what's really amazing this game? We talked about the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line, and here goes Ramsey. He gets stepped on. He never gets out. But look at, he got a chance to get the ball to Betts. Oh. But we were talking about this defensive line. Do you know who's in there playing right now for this team from Philadelphia? Who? Paul Grassmanis, Jamal Green, Hugh Douglas. They don't have a starter on the defensive line, and they play 4 down.
Grassmanis has been inactive all year. Betts, a couple of yards shy of a first down. Susie's going to update us on the injuries.
Well, really a much broader point. With all these injuries tonight, how do the Eagles manage going down the stretch? They've already clinched the bye, but how do you keep the right balance? You want to peak at the right time. You want to rest players, but you don't want them to get rusty. And Andy Reid told us last night, it is a chore. At least for the next 2 weeks, he says they're going to play, but then they're going to try to give guys some time to heal and rest because you don't want to lose the continuity. But it really is a fine line, and you can see them just getting all bumped up tonight.
Ron Curse is back. How, I don't know.
Ramsey trying to keep the drive alive. Floats this one. It's incomplete.
Well, everybody's pointing at Lavernius Coles. He just does not see. Lavernius Coles is on the sidelines about 5 yards past the first down marker, and he's right there on the sidelines. Now, the thing that's amazing is Patrick Ramsey actually throws the ball over Lavernius Coles' head to throw it away. I mean, if you're looking in that direction, common sense would say you see 80 standing there.
Boy, sometimes you can't find anybody open, and other times you've got a guy with nobody around him. Win. And trips and goes down at the 32, a 29-yard kick by Tupa and a 16-yard return.
Special delivery, ladies.
Well, look who's here.
Got your fresh beer right here.
What do you got? I got intentional taste mask. All American brewed beers are fresh. This guy's hiding something. Illegal use of the hand truck. Distributing beer with less taste.
Place it with Miller Lite.
More taste. Half the carbs.
You can't flag the king. Right. Okay, we got multiple penalties on Dan. Intentional
Miller.
face mask.
Good call.
Illegal use of the hand truck.
Nice Harley.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was gonna get one of those myself, but I spent the $64.95 on a killer dinette set. It was tough, you know. It was Harley, dinette set, Harley, dinette set.
The 2005 Sportster is here.
Went with a dinette set.
The bike you've always wanted starts at $64.95.
You know, I think I'd marry you again. All these people as witnesses?
Yeah, right. Mom? Dad?
Lisa, will you marry me? Again.
This Christmas, give her a piece of eternity.
Thanks for coming, Coney.
Alias premieres with a special 2-hour event, Wednesday, January 5th, only on ABC.
Join us for a full weekend of NFL football starting Saturday, and I do mean full, 8 o'clock Eastern, NFL prime time. Panthers in Atlanta. Then on Sunday, the Colts. A chance to see Peyton Manning go for the all-time single-season record. We're going to have some fun next weekend. Owens makes the catch out in the flat and then chased out of bounds. Marcus Washington. Boy, he looked like he was running from some guys in the neighborhood.
I'll tell you what, that was so funny to see T.O. on his catch. All right, he breaks one tackle right here from Springs. Now watch this. He sees the linebacker. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm out of here.
Not only is he tough,
he's smart.
You're right.
Get out of here before they kill me.
Boy, he's taking some shots tonight, too. This one's intended for Owens, and it's incomplete. He bobbled the ball at the sideline.
No, I think he was out of bounds when he caught it. The thing about it is what a great job Owens did, though, just waiting for the last second. Look at the end of the play. Watch him wait. Now he makes the catch. 1, 2, he's out of bounds. That's an outstanding call.
And Sean Taylor, he got a 15-yarder in the first game. You've got to be careful bumping people out of bounds.
He's very fortunate.
I mean, he's lucky he didn't get
there.
It. We've seen the Eagles go down the field against the Redskin defense 5 different times tonight, trying to get big plays. We've yet to see the Redskins do that.
Right. And that's a huge difference. Play clock running down on 3rd and 4. They just got it off. Pass underneath to Owens. He's got the first down and more.
Boy, this is what happens when you try to throw your body like Fred Smoot does on this play at Terrell Owens. You're not going to knock him off his feet. He is a strong guy. And when you try to throw at him, when he makes this catch, watch Fred Smoot, number 21, throw his body at his feet. Wrong. I mean, this guy is very agile, very big, and very strong.
You're not going to get him down if you tackle him. In the first game a month ago, Terrell Owens had 2 catches for 24 yards. He's making up for it tonight.
Somehow McNabb gets away again, throws. This one way too tall for L.J. Smith. He is just so quick in the pocket, can buy time, and if you do get to him, he can tear right out of your grasp.
Well, you know how fast Sean Taylor is? He is a safety. Sean Taylor, look, you're looking at Donovan McNabb now throw the ball. But down the field, Sean Taylor, who is a safety, was man-to-man on Terrell Owens.
Remember, this Redskin defense is missing, I think, one of the best playmakers in the league, LeVar Arrington.
Absolutely.
He's a guy who has not been on the field at all this year, but Sean Taylor has certainly made up for it, making plays.
Westbrook on the delay. Room to run. Spun out of bounds by Ryan Clark. 20-yard game for Brian Westbrook.
He ducked under Walt Harris, 27, and 36, Sean Taylor. I mean, he just ducks under it. Watch this play here. It's a draw. Here they go.
Sean Taylor just took a bad angle. That's the one thing that, talking to Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator of the Eagles, or excuse me, the Redskins, he said the thing about Brian Westbrook is he destroys angles because he's faster than he looks, and you saw it on that particular play.
101 yards from scrimmage for Westbrook. McNabb with time down the middle, complete to the 1-yard
Well, we talk
What
about
a throw,
yeah, it's a great throw, and I'll tell you what, we talk about Sean Taylor hitting you. He saves a touchdown here. This is just a magnificent throw. Here it comes. Look at Donovan McNabb. Look where he puts the ball, and here comes number 36. Hello.
And he got himself dinged a little bit.
Yeah, he came up holding his arm.
Now you've got the pressure of Donovan in the pocket, out of the pocket, running, not running.
Dorsey Levens, the running back on 1st and goal, and Levens, the veteran, touchdown. One of the Redskin defenders got his hands on the ball, and Levens held up at the goal line and then wrenched loose and went forward into the end zone.
I love to say this is continuous effort, which it really is, because if you say it's second effort, that means he stopped one time. This guy never stopped.
They tried to pull it out.
Yes, they did. You don't fool the 11-year veterans very often, and Levens brought in because Correll Buckhalter was injured early in the year, and Deuce Staley had left for Pittsburgh as a free agent. Westbrook was the only guy they could really count on as a running back, so they brought Levens in, and now the Eagles have extended their advantage to 10. Back in 1984, Dan Marino set the NFL record for touchdown passes in a season when he threw an incredible 48 in 1 year. Well, next week on Sunday Night Football, Peyton Manning will have a chance to break the record when the Colts go against that great Ravens defense. Peyton will need 2 touchdowns to tie, 3 to break it. And Dan Marino said a couple of weeks ago, as much as he would love to keep a record that's that good, if somebody was going to break it, he was glad it was going to be Peyton Manning because he respects him that much. And here's what that record is going to look like since 1960. George Blanda and Y.A. Tittle, and you have to go back to the early 60s for that, through 36. Marino didn't just break it, he destroyed it from 36 to 48. That's just remarkable.
Remember, he had 44 in 86 also.
That's right.
I mean, it's just...
He also had Duper and Clayton.
Yes, he did. Just like we could talk about Manning has Harrison and Stokely and Wayne.
And every week, it seems, Peyton Manning is breaking a record set by Johnny Unitas or Dan Marino, the two that I think were the best I ever saw play the game.
Donovan McNabb is closing in on some records himself.
Yes, he is. Certainly personal records and franchise records set by Randall Cunningham. Betts, they could use another big return. He takes it out to the 35, and now it's up to the Redskins offense. The defense has played its heart out again, but they're down 17-7. And the offense is going to have to do something.
Terrell Owens is all fired up.
Yeah, they're banging him around. They fired him up. I'll tell you, Levens, Dorsey Levens just scored a touchdown. He's got Jerome Bettis' numbers. He's got 2 carries, 0 yards, 1 touchdown.
How about Jerome today again for the Steelers? Oh, 1 touchdown pass, running, 1 throwing.
Portis picks up a couple of tough yards, and that's it.
Oh, by the way, that was Javon Curse's tackle. He's back in again.
Bounced in and out of the lineup tonight with 1 hurt after another. Just keeps coming back. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Eagles on top of the Redskins, 17-7.
Zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
The one company that put the soul of a sports car in everything it makes now offers 10 ways to feel it. Mazda, how do you want your zoom zoom?
Yeah, 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 zoom.
From Philips comes the only flat TV with built-in ambient light technology, which changes color with whatever you're watching. So you are completely surrounded by the experience. The new Philips Flat TV with Ambilight.
Hey, I can see you cooked.
Yeah.
That's so nice of you.
Are you excited for
Yeah.
Dockers Pro Style. Shirts and pants that do it all.
Oh, man, there's a line.
Dockers Pro Style. Shirts and pants that do it all.
Hey, you're all right, man.
For those who never quit, the battery that never quits. Energizer. Keep going.
15 minutes to go from FedEx Field. The Eagles on top of the Redskins, 17-7. Washington at its own 37-yard line. Terrell Owens and company looking for that 12th win of the year. They lost once to Pittsburgh this season.
Terrell Owens has brought both he and Javon Curse. You can see it tonight. This is the difference in the Eagles from the previous 3 years. He has brought a toughness to this receiving corps, as Javon Curse has brought a physical nature to the D-line.
Ramsey, Coles can't get there because Lito Shepherd had a hand up in his face, knocked it away. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about a hand up in somebody's face.
Yes,
Javon Curse was in Ramsey's face again. Boy, you're not going to fake Javon Curse out. I'm sorry. He got to the outside, was where he's supposed to be, and Ramsey, all he could see was green and arms. Look at this.
Watch the big arms go up.
Watch what Ramsey sees. Body, arms.
Every time we meet with Javon Curse and he's sitting across the table and he puts his hands out, they look like hams. They're enormous.
Knuckleball catcher's mitts.
Ramsey drilled that one, nearly intercepted.
Sooner or later, you've got to get these corners to back off somehow, some way. Lito Shepherd already has 4 interceptions. We talked about 2 have been run back for touchdowns. But the longest completion that Patrick Ramsey has is what, Paul?
18
yards.
He's got 2 of them, though.
Oh.
Well, that one was Sheldon Brown's opportunity. I mean, he was just all over that route. Tupa to kick to win. Win trying to get to the near side, then cuts it back. There is a flag down as Wynn gets out to the 46-yard line. 47-yard punt.
That's probably going to go against the Redskins.
Well, almost all the other ones have.
Yeah.
They've committed an awful lot of penalties all year long.
Before the kick, offensive hold, number 29 of the kicking team. That penalty's declined. First down.
Well, it's got to be frustrating for Joe Gibbs. Let's check in with Susan.
Mike, the rematch is a battle. 3 weeks ago, the Eagles took the win. Tonight, points tough to come by until Donovan McNabb finally loosened them up. 17-28, 244 yards and a touchdown. And that Redskins offense, they want everyone to know the growing pains are over. Lavernius Cole's one of the toughest receivers in the game. The Redskins D shined all season, but they can't hold the veteran. Darcy Levens bangs his way in to make it 17-7 with 1 quarter to go.
And Susie, I've really got to agree with what Joe and Paul have been saying. Until you threaten somebody downfield like this, and Smoot is back there in excellent position with Pinkston. Until you threaten somebody downfield, you've given the corner no reason whatsoever to back off more than 12 yards.
I think Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator of the Eagles, does a great job of making you believe that they're in man-to-man coverage. Those corners sit about 6 yards. Now, you're not sure whether they're playing man or they're sitting there in zone. I think you have to make them define what they're going to do. Talking to Patrick Ramsey, he said that, you know, this defense of his, they don't blitz as much. They just bring people from different places, maybe 5. Not necessarily 6 or 7 very often.
McNabb short set this time. What an excellent play by Sean Springs, who went out and got Greg Lewis. Back to Jim Johnson for a second. Andy Reid said when he was an assistant coach in Green Bay, he told himself if he ever had the opportunity to become a head coach, he was going to try to hire Jim Johnson as his defensive coordinator because he admired him so much, even at that stage of his career. And Andy Reid, true to his word, went out and got Jim Johnson. It's been a great marriage between these two.
A very similar approach that Joe Gibbs took when he went and hired Greg Williams.
Absolutely.
He wanted a pressure defense coach.
Big play here, 3rd and 8. McNabb, and that one's tipped and intercepted. Sean Springs after Taylor tipped it.
Sean Taylor knocks this ball up in the air, and I don't know where Donovan McNabb was throwing this baby. But I'll tell you what, Sean Taylor did a tremendous job to keep this ball alive. He couldn't intercept it. It was on fire when it came out. Look at Sean Taylor. Bang, knocks the ball up. Sean Springs gets it. Washington has the ball.
To prove Aspen Edge has more taste than Michelob Ultra, we asked beer drinkers for their thoughts. Okay, guys, take a small sip and...
Sir, you want to bring that glass back, sir?
Beer drinkers agree. Aspen Edge has more taste than Michelob Ultra.
3,000 cash back at the mall? A 10-year warranty from Santa? 0% financing on a candied yam? Probably not, but you will get all this and more at Kia's year-end sales event. It only happens once a year. Get up to $3,000 cash back. Hurry, offer ends January 3rd.
Born free as the wind blows.
With T-Mobile, your Fridays are now free.
Born free to follow your heart. Live free.
Only T-Mobile gives you 3-day weekends. Free calling Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
T-Mobile, get more.
It's not your job.
It's not your laugh. It's not your hair.
It's not your shoes.
It's not your car.
You can tell more about a person by the watch they wear than anything else. Seiko Kinetic, powered by the movement of your body.
It's your watch.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Aspen Edge. So good, it doesn't even know it's low carb. Kia Motors. Kia, make every mile count. UPS, what can Brown do for you? And T-Mobile, get more minutes, more features, more service.
One of the beautiful scenes here in Washington as we approach the holidays, and Donovan McNabb has thrown only his 6th interception of the entire season. Ramsey trying to get something out of it. He nearly returns the favor, and Portis makes the grab, gets down to the 35-yard line, and a flag is down.
Mike, I want to show you that interception that Sean Taylor wound up tipping to Sean Springs. There's the pass track. We're going to show you. That's where Donovan wants to throw it. You see Sean Taylor tip it up in the air. The distance is 30 yards. The ball velocity is 60 miles an hour. Now that equates to a 101-mile-an-hour fastball from a pitcher in baseball. But you see, he's nowhere near T.O.
Clinton Portis is the injured player. Comes up limping at the end of that play.
There was a face mask on that play, a 15-yarder. Here's Clinton Portis, and here is the face mask. Trotter
Plus
grabbed
he
him
got
by
his ankle twisted in the same motion. But the Redskins are down to the 21-yard line.
One of the things the Redskins, when you talk about, Clinton Portis, he's carried the ball 18 times for only 66 yards. And now you're going to try, he's not doing anything, you try to run play action to him. That doesn't hold anybody.
The Redskins are always rushing to get to the line of scrimmage. Here with 4 seconds to go, they barely get up and get set.
And Ramsey drops the ball, the snap from center. They blow the play dead. The clock management for this team has just been dreadful.
And I think the coaches have to take some responsibility for this. You cannot, after a penalty, run down.
False start. Offense. Left guard. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
You should not have to run the clock, the 25-second clock down to just about nothing when you're coming off of a penalty.
Exactly.
Plenty of time for the coach and the quarterback to communicate.
I don't understand the play calling. I really don't.
Portis is back in the game. Portis will take a toss. Portis is going to throw the pass, and that was nearly intercepted.
I don't know what Clinton's jumping up and down about. That one wasn't even close. You know, and we saw Randy Moss in the Minnesota Viking game earlier today. The Vikings are fighting for their life. They got a chance at the end of the game. They try an option pass. Here comes another one.
This is Portis doing something that he doesn't do very well. But I'll tell you what, watch Javon Curse 93. You think they hold him? Look at this. They throw him on the ground.
Well, now the Redskins facing a 2nd and long, and they nearly threw away any chance they had of getting back in this game. Cooley inside the 5 to the 2, and somehow that ball got through to Chris Cooley.
It's always a good idea to let the throwers throw and the runners run every now and then.
Yes, it is.
But boy, does Patrick Ramsey set and fire this one. Look at the right side. Nice move by Cooley. He just gets that right by Dhani Jones. I mean, right by him. And in front of Michael Lewis. Now keep in mind, Chris Cooley was a defensive end till his sophomore year in college. So he's still learning to be a tight end.
1st and goal. Portis dives. Touchdown. The Redskins get an interception, and they make the Eagles pay for it.
Big play in the passing game set that up.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something. Most of this offense going down the field was sloppy. But this is Portis getting into the end zone. I'll tell you what, we've said it enough times in this ball game, but they've got to get the plays into Ramsey a lot faster than they're doing.
And it's not just tonight. This has been going on all year with this club.
Mike, you and I live here in Washington, and we've seen it.
And just think what they almost did with the halfback pass. That could have easily been picked off and stopped this drive. As it is, Portis gets the touchdown on the ground instead of throwing for it. We're back to a 3-point game.
Later on SportsCenter, did Peyton get the record? 11 in a row for Big Ben, another Viking collapse, Big D disappointment, and Vic bounces back into the playoffs. SportsCenter, all after the game.
We're on a roll at Harris Kia of Lansdale. Incredible savings, fantastic selection. We won't be undersold. We're rolling out deals like never before. Every new Kia comes with our 10-year, 100,000-mile long-haul limited warranty. Now at Harris Kia of Lansdale, the new 2005 Sedona, a 5-star safety-rated minivan with exceptionally good value at a price that won't break your budget. The Sedona available for a limited time at only $13,888. Don't miss these incredible Kia deals at Harris Kia of Lansdale. The Kias are rolling out at Harris Kia of Lansdale, North Broad Street.
From athletes to weekend warriors to active parents, pain and injury can keep us all from getting the most out of life. At Coordinated Health, we've gained our reputation treating amateur and pro athletes with the newest technology, physical therapy, rehabilitation, and joint replacements. Our partnership with St. Luke's Health Network means the most comprehensive care is right here in Quakertown. The Orthopedic Center at Coordinated Health at the Quaker Point Medical Center.
At Ken Carr Pontiac Cadillac GMC, we know that choosing a used car or truck is a big decision, so selection is key. GM Certified Used Vehicles offers more makes and models than any other certified pre-owned program in the country. So choose the car or truck you want, not what's left on the lot. GM Certified Used Vehicles, the right way, the right car. Visit Ken Carr Pontiac Cadillac GMC on Route 309 in Quakertown.
Monday Night Countdown, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. The best place to get ready for Monday Night Football. Then on ABC at 9, Trent Green and the Chiefs go to Tennessee to take on the Titans on Monday Night Football.
And will Steve McNair continue to play, or are the injuries finally catching up with him? I hope he's okay.
Talked about retirement. It'll be interesting what he thinks in the spring after he's had a chance to completely heal. Short kick. Gets by Reed. He retreats to pick it up. And stops short of the 20. Boy, they brought their hitting shoes tonight. Donovan McNabb will lead out the Eagles offense. 11:57 to go in the game.
When it comes to shipping, talk is cheap. Mistakes aren't. Brown's got the horsepower. They've got the planes, the technology. Truth is, I don't care how they do it. I just care that my packages get there on time. Hey, all I ask for is perfection. Other than that, I'm pretty easy.
UPS delivers more packages on time than anyone. UPS, what can Brown do for you?
Seatbelts, check. They were on their way home for the holidays.
Check her out. It's my whole life. Like that.
Can we finish the airplane?
Say please. Rated PG-13. The action starts Friday.
Introducing the unusually versatile, sport-tuned Kia Spectra 5. Hook up with one.
On the joyous days of Bowl Week, my TV gives to me. Tailbacks are sweeping, quarterbacks are throwing, whistles are blowing, head coaches screaming.
Capital One Bowl Week, December 27th through January 1st on ESPN and ESPN2.
11:57 to go. More than 90,000 pumped up here in the nation's capital for the Redskins, who have closed within 3. Look at the smile on LeVar Arrington's face. He's had a bad knee almost all year long, and he's smiling tonight because his teammates are playing so well again. McNabb underneath, and the Redskins, Marcus Washington just unloads.
And T.O. gets up saying, yeah, you can get the crowd into this. Marcus Washington, number 53. Catch and the whack. I mean, that's almost simultaneous. Catch, turn, whack.
He's had about 3 of those tonight, has T.O. And this defense just so full of heart.
And T.O. loves it.
Yes, he does.
Come on and hit me.
Wait a minute. Whoa. No, if he loves that, then you got to take him out and talk to him a little bit.
McNabb underneath again. And that's a good way to get a guy destroyed. You start throwing underneath to these people who are just setting themselves. Springs and Washington came after Westbrook that time.
But the job that this defensive line is doing, Cornelius Griffith, who didn't play in the first game, is putting a lot of pressure. Ronaldo Wynn that time around the corner again, putting pressure on Donovan McNabb. The Redskins tonight have done an excellent job of keeping Donovan in the pocket.
3rd and 3. Smoot wants to hear it from the home crowd.
All he needs to do is get burnt.
McNabb trying to run, trying to buy time. Tipped and Smoot dropped the ball. The pass tipped by Antonio Pierce. It went right to Fred Smoot, and he couldn't hold it. One of the Redskins is hurt.
It's Sean Springs.
It's Sean Springs, who's had such a tremendous season, picked up from Seattle.
There he is, number 24, right in the middle. Now he's scrambling.
Oh!
Josh Perry. Josh Perry hits him. Wow.
I'll tell you, you know, they always talk about decleating. There must be 20 of them in this ball game alone.
Watch this on the left side of the frame. Number 49.
Oh, good grief.
Absolutely puts him out.
What a shot by Perry. That's the second enormous block he's had tonight.
Later on SportsCenter, did Peyton get the record? 11 in a row for Big Ben. Another Viking collapse. Big D disappointment. And Vic bounces back into the playoffs. SportsCenter, all after the game.
We're on a roll at Harris Kia of Lansdale. Incredible savings, fantastic selection. We won't be undersold. We're rolling out deals like never before. Every new Kia comes with our 10-year, 100,000-mile long-haul limited warranty. Now at Harris Kia of Lansdale, the new 2005 Sedona, a 5-star safety-rated minivan with exceptionally good value at a price that won't break your budget. The Sedona available for a limited time at only $13,888. Don't miss these incredible Kia deals at Harris Kia of Lansdale. The Kias are rolling out at Harris Kia of Lansdale, North Broad Street.
Forecast mostly sunny skies today with brisk easterly winds. Expect a high near 52 degrees. Clear tonight with a low near 41. Tomorrow, more sunshine and slightly warmer temperatures. With the winds from the...
You look great.
Yeah! Woo! On Lou Tilley's Sports Connection, we're as passionate about our teams as you are. CN8, the Comcast network. We're your biggest fan.
Still reviewing the fourth down play, and now the ref is calling upstairs for help.
I'm in real trouble. I can't see anything here. Did you see it? Well, you want to let me in on the secret? You're watching the game, right? You come on. I can't see anything on this screen. Anything. Who's out? Oh, honey, I love you. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
When clarity really matters, a TV with DLP is the right call.
After further review, a player was out of bounds. First down!
Amazing picture with no burn-in or fading. Be sure your next TV has DLP. A Texas Instruments technology.
Well, we are delighted to report very good news. Sean Springs is at least moving around as he took an enormous shot from Josh Perry on this scramble.
Watch the left part of your screen. That's Sean Springs on the left, and on the right is Josh Perry.
Wow. I'll tell you, I really believe that Sean Springs was knocked cold before he even hit the ground.
Never saw Perry a clean, hard play. Then you see the end of it. They're going to take every precaution. The good news, as we said, is that Springs had his knees up when he was on the ground. And, Paul, I think you're right. I think he was unconscious before he even hit the ground after that shot. And all the players on both sides immediately motioned to the sideline, and you see the concern on Perry's face.
Now, Sean Springs is a guy who spends the offseason with Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens out in Phoenix working out with these guys. I mean, there's a great competitiveness out here, but there's also a terrific compassion for the guys in the game. We talk about how hard hitting this football game. We saw it in the Pittsburgh-Jacksonville game a week ago. See the same exact thing here tonight.
And you know, the thing about Sean Springs that we always said when he played in Seattle, he always seemed to have that great ability, but he was always getting hurt. This year, he was finally healthy and has just had a magnificent season. I believe up to 4 interceptions now. Hopefully he'll come away from this.
Well, I am so impressed with this defense. Now, we talked about this in the opening. Greg Williams' defense, they're ranked number 2. And I got to tell you, between Pittsburgh and this defense, they're ranked even 1 and 1A in hitting.
And the other
because
thing,
they knock your brains out.
You're hard pressed to name a starter on the Redskin defense other than Sean Taylor.
Absolutely.
I mean, it goes to show you, with the right kind of coaching and a willingness of guys, and as Andy Reid put it, just a group of worker bees who get in the right place, you can create a heck of a defense.
And one of the guys they have talked about almost all year is Antonio Pierce, the middle linebacker, who was going to be a free agent. It was a guy who was just regarded as a special teams player and is now what Joe Gibbs refers to as a core Redskin, a group of people that he can build on. And he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year and supposedly attract some very large dollars from this franchise, and they really love what he has been able to do this year. And you see Terrell Owens over there. He was earlier bending over talking to Sean Springs and wishing him the best. And there is a great brotherhood and camaraderie with a lot of these players, as Joe was just saying. These guys train together in the off season, and the last thing anybody wants to see is a serious injury. Let's check in with Chris Berman when we have a second. Chris?
Peyton Manning didn't set the touchdown pass record, although 13 straight games, 2 or more. That's a new record to Marvin Harrison, to Reggie Wayne. Colts lowest point total of the year, but they win the division, 23-14 at Houston.
Chris, isn't that amazing? It's the lowest point total they've had this year, 23. The Redskins didn't score over 18 in a game until last week.
Well, the Redskins went into game 12. In 12 games, they had 18 touchdowns. I mean, that's almost unheard of. That's low. You know, this whole thing, they're applauding Sean Springs now, but Fred Smoot was up dancing and trying to get the people fired up, but he was a little showboating. And that ball hits him right in the hands. I mean, there's a guy that really should feel bad because he didn't catch the ball.
Yeah, but that's Fred Smoot. He's the one guy that has any kind of personality. I mean, he would be the Terrell Owens of the Redskins. He's the guy that's talking. He's the guy that is flamboyant. We saw Coach Gibbs come over. I remember when they took me out on a stretcher. It's almost 20 years ago, and what it's like laying out there. And we just hope he's going to be okay.
And, of course, your injury, it was pretty obvious to everyone, you know, what had happened and what the outcome of that one was going to be. I mean, Sean Springs, at least he was able to move around at one point after this hit, and they're just – things have changed since you got hurt. You know, they don't take any chances with anything.
They didn't with me either. I mean, it was – the medical staff in the league is unbelievable. But look at the shot on the left part of your screen. You know, Josh Perry's the one that feels terrible. I mean, he's the one that absolutely feels terrible, I'm sure, to have hurt Sean Springs that way.
Of course, they will immobilize everything, and we will get, if it's possible, we will get an update for you on his medical condition.
There's he's waving.
That's great.
Wow. Man, that is terrific to see.
And even with that, even with the ability to move the extremities, they're not going to take any chances. And now we've got guys pushing and shoving.
Well, this is stupid. Number 45, Mike Sellers is, I mean, why would you even want to do this? J.R. Reed is standing there, and he pushes him in the face on the ground. It's going to cost him 15 yards, and they were in great field position. This is stupid.
That's where you start to not become a Joe Gibbs core guy. When you don't use your brain.
Oh, this is when you're on the next bus out of town.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 45 of the receiving team. 15-yard penalty.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what somebody does to you.
Watch this. Look at this. He just throws him down and right in front of the referee. And here's the flag. Now, what did I do? What did you do?
The only thing he can be thinking is the play is still going on, and it's a punt, and he's trying to block for it. That's the only excuse I can think of. Otherwise, it's about a 9 on the dumb meter.
Let's go back to the first quarter when he was called for a face mask penalty also. So far, Sellers has cost the Redskins 30 yards in offense tonight.
And they're only behind by 3 points.
I mean, they had great field position. They were at the 50-yard line.
Redskins now with a season-high 12 penalties. Portis we get about 3, dragged down by Jeremiah Trotter.
See, this is the problem with this offense. I know you have Clinton Portis, and he has over 1,000 yards, and he's going towards 1,100. But the problem is in this ball game, he's not even averaging close to 5 yards a carry. And if you're going to have him not run with the ball, and they're stopping to run, play action means nothing. You're not holding anybody.
Yeah, but they got 3 yards. Hey, it's not bad considering the way things have been going.
Coles, that pass is incomplete. And Coles is going to pick it up to make sure that it wasn't a lateral. And Sam Rayburn was putting the pressure on. Now it's 3rd and 7 in a 3-point game. And Ramsey went down again.
Patrick Ramsey barely got that quick screen off because Sam Rayburn was right on top of him.
And Rayburn, even though you may not be that familiar with him, out of Tulsa, has played well when he's had the opportunity. And a lot of guys on that defensive line, because of injuries tonight, getting opportunities. Ramsey, what a catch by Betts, but he will come up a yard shy because of the defensive Roderick Hood, and the Redskins will have to send on the punt team.
I think Patrick Ramsey has hurt his finger. I mean, you can see him squeezing that right hand, putting it behind him, looking at it. Looks like he might have lost a little feeling in it.
His pride isn't doing too good either. Look at these kickers. This is the worst punting exhibition I've ever seen.
Wynn will pick it up and get it out of bounds. I mean, Tupa has kicked some stuff that hasn't gotten 5 or 6 feet up in the air.
I'm assuming, okay, I'm just assuming, after what we saw Antoine Randall do to him, he's doing it on purpose. Tom Tupa's not that bad a kicker.
No, he's been around forever.
I think he's doing that on purpose.
Well, you would hope so.
Yeah, no, that's the way you punt it. That is the way punters punt.
I didn't even punt it that far.
Well, 1 yard.
Shh. It's a record.
Yes, it is.
How many records do you have?
One. I have one.
Okay, so we each have one as punters.
Yeah.
Redskins have managed to keep this offense of the Eagles off the field.
Eagles backed up to their 24. And they'll keep it on the ground with Westbrook. If you joined us late, here's the way the game went. The Redskins got a great kickoff return to start the game. Portis scored. Donovan McNabb with a short touchdown pass. That was within the first 3 minutes. We didn't have another one until the second half when Dorsey Levens scored. And now those have been the touchdowns. Philadelphia has only run the ball 6 times in the second half. McNabb with plenty of time. That one is incomplete. Pinkston ran into Walt Harris, and the officials are going to let this one go. They said it was...
They got their feet tangled up.
Exactly, which is something that's never called in Pinkston. He is really upset about it.
Incidental contact, Mike. You just take a look at it. Pinkston's going to try to cut inside, and neither guy, I mean, they're just going for the ball.
Boy,
absolutely.
These Redskin corners do a great job. Fred Smoot, Sean Springs, of course, Harris is in there because you saw Sean Springs being hurt. They do a great job of getting their head around to find the ball.
McNabb on third down underneath, incomplete. Pass too low for Westbrook. The Redskins were there anyhow. And Joe, back to your earlier point, they've done a tremendous job keeping McNabb in the pocket and making him throw underneath.
Donovan McNabb he'll destroy you if you let him get out and run around. Now, they've managed to contain him. He's thrown a lot of balls short and a lot of balls high. He's not had an accurate night.
Johnson to kick to Thrash. Thrash gets it to the 33-yard line after a 44-yard punt. And Quentin Michael downfield to make the tackle on special teams. They only held the ball 47 seconds on that drive. Who was the Sunday stud today? Bettis, Bowler, Boulware, Duckett, or Manning? Got a chance to vote tonight, and it's Kyle Bowler, 33.8%. We will see him next Saturday.
Next week.
One of those. Saturday in Atlanta, Sunday Indianapolis, and the Ravens will go in there. Kyle Bowler had a career high today. Portis underneath makes the catch up to the 39-yard line. Jeremiah Trotter with the tackle.
Again, that's a good job by Patrick Ramsey. And Patrick doesn't feel like he's auditioning for the job, although he is. When I played for Joe Gibbs, even though you win a championship, it doesn't matter. He's going to continue to put pressure on you and continue to want you to play well. Patrick Ramsey doing a nice job of just dumping the ball off.
That Philadelphia defense has not had a sack, has not forced a turnover. That has not happened under Andy Reid and Jim Johnson, and that'll do it.
Hugh Douglas.
Boy, I'm going to tell you what, Michael.
How's that for timing?
This is one of the great plays. Hugh Douglas goes up over, and then he's on the ground and reaches out and makes the tackle.
And a flag.
Tripping. Defense number 53.
Whoa, no sack.
A 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you what.
On the spot of the foul.
Watch Hugh Douglas what he does here. It's the only way he can get, and they're going to call him tripping, and he moves over. Now he whips his leg out. I mean, he should have been under control.
Resourceful.
But that is a terrific play.
Athletic and resourceful.
Yeah.
Well, he loses the sack, picks up a 10-yard penalty, and it's a first down for the Redskins.
And a pat on the back by everybody on this team for hustle.
So the Redskins up to the 47, the clock becoming a factor, 7:08 left in this game. Portis. Dawkins grabbed a hold of the jersey, wouldn't let go. It's a gain of 9.
Now, Brian Dawkins talked about the addition of Jeremiah Trotter coming back and said, you know, we were a confident team, but Trotter gave us a comfort level to know that he was back. Remember, Jeremiah Trotter was let go at the age of 24 by the Eagles with 2 Pro Bowls under his belt. Now he's back. Hugh Douglas went to Jacksonville. Now he's back.
Portis again, trying for the first down, and he'll be close. Let's see where they spot it.
They mark it at the 47. He's got it.
The way you have to look at this football game with both teams having their full complements of timeouts, you've got to figure that for the Redskins, it's this possession and maybe another one. So you're going to have to get something done here. Get yourself close enough to put yourself in a position to be able to make a play.
Under 6 minutes to go, third and less than a yard. No lead blocker for Portis. And they really jam it up. He didn't even get close.
He lost almost a yard.
And that was a slow developing run and gave the Eagles a chance to fill.
Well, Javon Curse again. He may not be the biggest guy out there, but watch this. I mean, his penetration is unbelievable. He was double-teamed, Javon Curse, number 93, at the line of scrimmage, and still made the play in the backfield.
Boy, and the crowd really started to boo because the punt team came on, and now Joe Gibbs is going to take a timeout. They didn't give it to him. And Tupa, and I think you're right, this is something that Tupa had done earlier in the ball game, is hit those low-line drives. Obviously, when he wants to unload on one, he can. Thrash tried to save it at the goal line, couldn't. It's a 44-yarder.
The low-line drives seem like they were working.
You're right.
I mean, they really were. Now you
It's just nice to know they're on purpose.
Well, I thought that. We talk about the Redskins.
You guys really think that they were on purpose?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do. Honest. Well, he just kicked that one well because he wanted to, Paul.
1 out of 8.
That's okay. The other were by choice. You talk about the Redskins. I really believe the one thing that keeps drives alive is converting third and shorts. They do not have a hammer. When I had a chance to play, I had John Riggins. If it was 3rd and 1, if it wasn't blocked, John was going to run over somebody. The Redskins don't have that big back. They don't have the big fullback as a blocker.
Well, now it's up to their defense. As you said earlier, they have the full complement of timeouts. 4:59 to go. They have to make another stand right here and get the ball back if they want a chance to win this game. McNabb. Owens, too low down around his ankles, couldn't make the catch. Let's go to Susie.
Mike, here's the latest on Sean Springs. First of all, the good news is he is going to be okay. Right now, the team waiting on x-rays. He suffered a concussion. He was indeed knocked out. But everything that you saw was all for precautionary reasons because he did have movement in all his extremities. The brutal part of the game, his mom coming to the locker room with tears in her eyes, being comforted by the team chaplain, LeVar Arrington, John Jansen, waiting outside for the results. But again, the good news is it looks like Sean Springs will be okay. We'll let you know what the results are of the x-rays.
Thank you, Susie. That's just great, and it's wonderful news for the Redskins. And so is that as Sean Taylor comes up, wipes out Westbrook, and it's going to be 3rd and long. You see the smile on Donovan McNabb's face. He just loves to play this game.
And so does Sean Taylor. Speaking of Sean Springs was talking about Sean Taylor, and he called him the greatest football player that he has ever played with. And it's evidence of how good this young rookie has a chance to be.
And Sean Springs has a lot of close friends in the stands. He grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland, just a hoot and a holler down the road. Screen to Westbrook. And the Redskins defend it well and take him out of bounds at the 27. And here comes the Eagles punt team.
I'll tell you what, Jermaine.
That's
Haley almost knocks this ball down. Watch to the outside. Look at 96. He's covered. He almost makes the play.
Donovan McNabb in the fourth quarter, only 3 out of 8. 12 yards and an interception. Thrash is going to let that one go. Then he tried to pick it up because it had already hit an Eagle, and it wouldn't have mattered what he had done. Join us for a full weekend of NFL football starting Saturday on ESPN at 8 Eastern with NFL Prime Time, and then 2 games that mean an awful lot for the playoffs. The Panthers, they're back in it. Go to Atlanta to tangle with Michael Vick and the Falcons, who are going for home field advantage. Then Sunday, prime time at 7:30. Then Ray Lewis and the Ravens against Peyton Manning and the Colts on Sunday Night Football at 8:30. 2 great games. Hope you can join us next weekend. It is going to be spectacular.
Playoff implications.
3:58 to go. Redskins need a field goal to tie. They throw underneath, and Lavernius Coles taken down just as soon as he makes the catch to Honey Jones, the first man to tackle. Here's the AFC story. Pittsburgh and New England 12-1 each. San Diego and Indianapolis 10-3. Those are the AFC division leaders. The 2 wild card leaders, the Jets and the Ravens. Denver would be next, but they'll need help. Ramsey under pressure.
Oh no.
And then takes the sack. What a terrible decision by Ramsey, and Darwin Walker will get the tackle, and there's a penalty flag down as well.
There's going to be
He could not take a sack in that situation.
Sorry, Mike. Yeah, there were going to be a holding penalty on top of it, but the worst part about it is taking the sack. He refused this penalty because they sacked him for almost 10 yards. Look at the pit. Look at them move the offensive line back.
Offense number 77. Penalties decline.
That was Sam Rayburn, number 91.
3rd down.
He's hit Patrick Ramsey a couple of times. You know, Patrick Ramsey is not Donovan McNabb. When Patrick Ramsey gets outside, the thing that he should do, in particular going to his left, is just unload the football.
3rd and 15.
Redskins may be in a 2-down situation.
Ramsey with time, throws down the middle, it's complete to Cole. I don't know how you can hit something for 32 yards at this point when you haven't hit one the entire game.
The Eagles do, they make what I think is a cardinal sin. They play zone. They play soft zone. They rush 4 guys, and they go play zone. Well, and Cooley winds up in the middle of the football field with only Michael Lewis somewhere in the neighborhood.
Well, I'll tell you, here's Michael Lewis with another great shot on Cooley, and he hung on to the ball.
And he was wide open, and Ramsey got him the ball, a 1st down. The drive stays alive. Coles again. This time he's spun down by the corner, Sheldon Brown, after a gain of maybe 3.
You know what? If I'm a receiver, a back, or anything in this game, I'd have gone to the quarterbacks in the first quarter. And I was going to say, look, do me a favor. Don't throw any short stuff at me, please.
I'm getting a
mouthpiece. Kill me.
I'm getting a mouthpiece, a big mouthpiece to bite on.
Because they're getting killed. I mean, it's unbelievable.
That will take us to the 2-minute warning. Redskins at the Eagle 36 and driving.
3,000 cash back at the mall? A 10-year warranty from Santa? 0% financing on a candied yam? Probably not, but you will get all this and more at Kia's year-end sales event. It only happens once a year. Get up to $3,000 cash back. Hurry, offer ends January 3rd.
Now it's 5:38. Thoughts of McGriddles make my stomach quake. For bacon, eggs, and cheese on sweet griddle cakes. Only takes one hand to put them all in my vase. McDonald's, I'm loving it. McGriddles, breakfast for you, bedtime snack for me.
Stronger denim. More comfortable, relaxed fit. Wrangler 5-star premium quality denim. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
What if nothing was ever forgotten? What if nothing was ever lost?
This holiday season, there's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. For a free team catalog, call 877-NFL-SHOP.
Stuart Scott and Steve Levy standing by for Sports Center. Got a record? How about a game that was too tough for Eli, perhaps, and another tough game for the Vikings? Speaking of tough games, this has been a beauty. 2 minutes to go. Redskins 2nd and 9 from the Eagle 36. Ramsey underneath to Cooley. Cooley dives for the first down, and they are going to mark it just short when it appeared that Cooley dove and had enough.
But the good thing is he got out of bounds. That's the thing. He does get out of bounds, so you don't have to waste a timeout. You still have plenty of time on the clock. You see him just...
He wasn't out of bounds.
Yeah, but the Redskins can't challenge it anyway, because inside 2 minutes, it's going to have to come from the booth.
It can be challenged from upstairs. Let's see if they do.
Here the Redskins still in the huddle with 9 seconds to go. Now they have to waste the timeout.
That's
Again,
just awful.
A very poor job of managing the clock. In that kind of a situation, Patrick Ramsey's got to take control of that offense.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Absolutely.
He helped me pick this up.
This holiday, show her you believe in her with the Leo Diamond, handcrafted by the artisans at Leo Schachter. The first diamond to be independently measured and certified for its superior fire, sparkle, and brilliance. And like all diamonds at Kay, every Leo is hand-selected to match beautifully.
Can I give you folks a lift?
Every kiss begins with K.
Eagles by 3 with 1:54 to go.
See, with this timeout, it should give the officials in the booth a chance to take a look at that play again.
But they've already run a play.
Hey, let me tell you, I watched the game. I watched Keyshawn Johnson's supposed touchdown catch last Monday night. The officials never reviewed that either. So I don't understand it.
And now here comes the whistle.
I don't know why it took so long. I mean, they
The play is being reviewed.
There we go. That's the correct thing to do. I personally think when you get inside 2 minutes and you have plays close to the boundary or close to the goal line or end line, it should be looked at. Watch I believe it is his left foot. Is his right foot on the line?
Well, you know what? It really wouldn't have mattered, because look where the ball is. If right there, he would have touched the line, but the ball was already over.
See, you're right, Paul. It isn't where his foot is out of bounds.
No, it's where the ball is.
It's where the ball is when his foot is out of bounds. Or
right.
Now, the officials can do this. They can look at this replay upstairs.
To determine if the ball player gained a first down before stepping out of bounds.
Well, go ahead and do it.
That didn't take long.
Now he's just telling him he's going to do it again.
What they can do is they can look to see if he stepped out of bounds. And if they happen to see something else like the ball position, and if it did get the first down, then that's also something that the officials can check.
Actually, this ball should be spotted almost a full yard or yard and a half past what it is. Now here it is right here. Even if they say his right leg is out of bounds, look where the ball was when it was out of bounds.
And you can see White coming up, so you know he is out of bounds, but you're right, the ball is already across that line.
That's what now look at here. Look where that ball is. It's way past.
Well, he is 2.5 yards past the first, what would be the first down. So you got to figure if it comes back a yard, they should have it by what? How much, Paul? 2, 1.
Wait, let me get my shoe off.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to ask you tough questions this late.
It's going to be. The ball should be marked at about the 27-yard line, I would think.
Yep. 28. Lavernius Cole has had himself quite a night. I think he's had Lavernius put up
career high
numbers.
12 catches, 100 yards.
And he's a guy who, when he came here, was a part of an offense where they were throwing the ball down the field. I mean, he had 89 catches in 02, 82 catches in 03. 1,200 yards in both years. When he came here with the Redskins under Steve Spurrier, felt it would be that way. He's had to adjust mentally to a Joe Gibbs style of offense.
And the 12 catches in this game, the best since Art Monk in 1990.
If I were this offense, Mike, I would be up on the ball right now, just waiting for the guy to get a signal. Well, otherwise, they won't get it off.
He's going to be out of yeah.
The only time the Eagles have been beaten was when they were handled by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
If you evaluate this game offensively, the Philadelphia Eagles.
After review, the runner with his right foot did not touch out of bounds. He extended the ball beyond the line of gain. It's first down on the 27-yard line.
27-yard line. Thank you very much.
Paulie.
Thank you very much.
Well done. If you look at this game from an Eagles standpoint, this has not been one of the better performances by Donovan McNabb. He's thrown the ball down the field on occasion exceptionally well, but he's been low or high with a lot of other passes.
And that was a nice job by the replay officials upstairs to make sure they got that in and got the play right. That's what it's supposed to be about anyway.
And don't settle, if you're the Redskins, don't settle for a field goal. Don't think about overtime in this game.
And
think about winning this thing.
I don't know if it would have happened had they not called the timeout.
It wouldn't have.
I think the Redskins would have got to the line to run a play.
If they didn't get the timeout, the Redskins run the play, then you can't review it.
Hold on a second. The clock started.
No, it was out of.
I'm talking about the play clock.
Oh, you're trying to help the Redskin offense again?
Let's get to the line of scrimmage, please.
Ramsey just throws it up for grabs, and Dawkins intercepts. Just an awful throw by Patrick Ramsey. Tossed it up in the corner, and the two closest players to it were wearing green jerseys.
The decision to throw it was worse than the throw.
Not much.
He's got time.
Yeah, but Joe, all you see are two green jerseys. That's all you see. And he's throwing this ball to Cooley.
Now I'll tell you.
Now there's another close one.
I don't know if he has possession of that either.
I think that's a catch.
It could be.
It's ruled a catch on the field. I don't see any way they're going to overturn it. And it's a great play by Dawkins, who gets his 25th career interception. That isn't even close to getting to Chris Cooley.
Lito Shepherd, actually, they both have the ball.
Another challenge coming by the official up in the booth.
Guys, you're in a position there where you have reached the point on the field where you can tie the game with a field goal. There's plenty of time left. You've got a chance to work the ball into the end zone, and he throws it away on first down.
We talked about him throwing down the field all night, and this is the moment where he decides to do it. Now, I don't know. I'm just not certain whether they would consider him having control of that when he hits it, because both Brian Dawkins and Lito Shepherd had the ball for a time together.
Don't you have to have both feet down? even on an interception?
Yeah,
Sure you do. You have to have possession.
Well, just if we run this back and just take a look at his right leg, I don't know that that's inbound.
To determine possession of the ball in the end zone and throughout the process of completing the catch.
If they overrule this, Patrick, you're going to be the luckiest guy on Sunday I've seen. Watch his right leg. Now, they're both fighting for the ball. The right leg is not down yet because he doesn't have control of the ball. Here's the left leg down. Look at the right leg. It never hits inbounds. He only got down with 1 foot.
He gets, but his knee hits the ground. His left knee hits the ground. Right there. You see the left foot down. Now watch the left knee. The left knee hits before he goes out. But like I said, the question is, did the ball squirt enough, or did he maintain possession as he rolled through the end zone?
Keep in mind, the call on the field was an interception. You must find overwhelming evidence to overturn the call, and I don't think you can find it on there, can you?
Irrefutable. No, I don't think you can either, unfortunately.
Ramsey sitting there thinking,
part of the growing pains you go through.
Why did I throw that?
Well, it's been that kind of season for the Redskins. They are going to be 4-9, barring some kind of a miracle here to overturn this call.
Well, the thing about it is,
you know what? You're putting your defense right back out on the football field with 2 timeouts.
They have 2 timeouts and 1:46.
After review, the defensive player possessed the ball, got 2 feet down in bounds, maintained control of the ball throughout the process of completing the catch. Therefore, it is an interception. First down.
Hey, I like that call too.
Yeah, I think the officials done an excellent job here. And Patrick Ramsey's just got to go back and not try and force plays.
And somehow Brian Dawkins is always in the middle of it, always making a big play. And now the Eagles still need a first down to salt this one away. If the Redskins can hold them on 3 and out, they'd get the ball back with about 40 seconds to go in this game, but they would have no timeouts left and a long way to go.
Now, I know you don't want to sacrifice your quarterback, and don't really think I'm stupid, but I just saw him Donovan McNabb hand the ball off, and there was nobody out here to the outside. If he runs a bootleg, a naked bootleg, and keeps the ball, he could run for a long period of time.
And Donovan McNabb is the type of quarterback that could and would do that. I mean, it's something you have to be aware of.
Well, what happens is this defense, they're going to call their next time out too, and they're over penetrating. So if you run that play and run a boot, and not to throw the ball, just to run it.
Well, it's not beyond Andy Reid to throw it either.
Let's go back to clock management. Okay, just before this, the Redskins had to use a timeout when they went to that review.
Great point.
Let's say they go ahead and make the first down because it's second and short. They at least have timeout. Timeouts are the most valuable thing in the world. We saw it last week with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Used all 3 of their timeouts in the latter part, stopped Jacksonville, wound up winning the football game. Here you're only going to have 2 timeouts.
Now you got 1.
And if they don't get a first down, will you have enough time to get in position? Remember, John Hall is not 100%. I think his range is about 45 yards, if lucky. So that puts more pressure on the Redskin offense.
Now Ron Winter talking with his officiating crew,
making sure the timeout situation. I thought this crew's done a nice job tonight.
They have.
I mean, this game's got a lot of intensity.
The one interference call I thought was just questionable, an awful
what do you got,
thing
Paulie?
early.
Well, this is unbelievable. The Eagles have 4 drives in this quarter, 1 interception and 3 3-and-outs. No drive over a minute and a half.
Amazing.
Well, they'll get this one over a minute and a half.
If they make the first down, they will. If they make a first down, it's over. Tackled in the backfield is Westbrook. The Redskins use their final timeout. And now, if you're the Eagles, if you simply run the ball, you can take about 40 seconds off the clock and punt.
Right down to a minute.
Exactly. Or if you want to take the chance and throw it to keep the drive going, but an incompletion would leave the Redskins a lot of time.
I would leave this ball